Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of NieR Automata. I've been looking forward to doing this since our previous episode. It has been a few days, and that is in part because since the last episode and now I had my COVID booster shot, and am currently going through the similar set of after effects that I had after the second shot, which is just sort of feeling very sleepy. So this is unlikely to be one of our most energetic or for sure longer episodes. I would like to make some additional progress in our seaside playthrough, so let's go ahead and hit continue. Where last we left off, we had taken the reins of A2. Yes, it's 2B and then A2. So we are A2, and between you and me, aside from that, I don't particularly remember where we left off, but I'm sure that we will be reminded as we jump in. And hello to Caroluna. Caroluna, I hope that you have had a wonderful week for the last couple days. And I've really been very much enjoying your farming simulator. Is it 21? 2021 or 22? Now I can't remember which year it is. Oh, we are in no way A2. Okay, well, we're going to figure this out. So I do not know. I'm going to say this up front. I do not know how much more time we're going to spend on side quests in this game, but as long as I'm standing right next to him, we might as well find out, you know, what this person has to say.
Have you seen these folks, perchance?
No, sorry.
They were part of my squad, but I lost contact when they went out for field research. If anything has happened to them... Well, to put it bluntly, if they're dead, I need to know so I can mourn them properly.
Have you tried searching for them?
I'd go myself, but my motor systems were heavily damaged some time back. Still, I just can't stop wondering what happened. Alright, we'll help with the search.
I'll look for them.
You will?
Sure. Can you give me an idea of where to start?
Last time I heard from them, they were in the flooded city. I'll give you their ID codes. We all wield dual weapons, so you should be able to find them pretty easily. If they're dead, I'd appreciate it if you could retrieve any personal articles you find.
Oh, let me check to see if we need to buy any... Sorry, sir. Let me see if we need to buy any, recoveries, which, yeah, actually a whole bunch. So, it's probably like 20 of these. What are we saving cash for at this point? Farming Simulator 22, it is. So thank you, Caroluna. And hello to Blah Blah Blah, who says, did you finish the first A2 part and then you've chosen to play with... Yes! Okay, thank you, Blah Blah Blah. Blah Blah Blah. Blah 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 has reminded me that, yes, you had a choice of different characters to play, and on the logic that I didn't want to do all the A2 parts followed by all the 9S parts, I did choose to play as 9S for the second part. I will note, I don't know that that's the way the game is structured. Maybe you get to just play this entire playthrough as 2A... A2? A2. If you want to. But usually in games like this, they're gonna, you know, give you all the parts that they've designed, and if you... Like, you're gonna see all of it. Usually that's how games are designed, because otherwise there's a bunch of, not wasted, but unseen development time. And if you guys have not played this game, I will share with you that there is... I would put cash on it. There is just no one who, if given the choice between 9S or A2, would choose 9S. He's just not as much fun to be.
You don't say.
Oh, okay, we don't get to talk to that person. What a beautiful sound. I can listen to this all day. Blah 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 has watched all the VODs. Well, thank you for, like, catching me up, because... Quest. Sure, let's talk to this guy.
Hey, Ken. Haven't seen you for a while. So this will probably come as no surprise, but I have more packages that need to come out of storage. Don't suppose you'd lend a hand again. What, really? Thanks so much. My supervisor's a real hard-ass, so if this doesn't get done, I'm a dead man. Just grab all the stuff I need and get out of there, okay? Think you can get the goods for me? I literally already agreed to help. Thanks! $1 million. Great.
Okay, so last time
Marking objects likely to be the targeted packages.
way overthought it. So, I guess I'm just trying to get over there, right? So I push this over. I push that one up. If I push that one down... Okay. And I can't pull, is the problem. Like, this is the weird thing about it. Like, watch this. B. Okay, B. I can't pull. So, if I push this one in and that one up, I can never, ever get the chest that's down there. Oh, but I guess I could push it all the way in. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking a few more moves ahead than I was a second ago, and I feel like we can make some progress on this. Alright, we just got the dreaded welcome to chat message, so I might have missed anything that was said after blah 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 said I did my homework and watched all the VODs. I hope you guys have had a good week so far. It has been just sort of a busy week. Like not bad in any way, just busy. A lot going on, and that is fine. So how would you ever get see the dot that's due north, like straight up from where I am? How would you ever get that if you can't put you can't push this crate, and you can't, if you push this one, then it goes against the wall and then you can't pull it. Oh, I guess if you just push it a little bit. Yeah, just push it a little bit. That's one of the things that you sort of, I mean, at least I feel like a breakthrough for me in terms of like thinking about puzzles in games is that if it's there must be some way to do it. You would think. It's not always true. There's that famous pizza in the NES version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where, oh, that was actually one of two. I actually had to get that. There was that famous pizza in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the original Nintendo. Let me just see. We want to move this. Yeah, the minimum necessary to get around it. That, as far as I know, was entirely impossible to get. Okay, yes, push it. But in modern games, they're not going to put things there that are literally unobtainable unless the game is broken. Oh my goodness, Drienne! Thank you so much for the resubscription. I know that it came by way of Moo, but nonetheless, thank you so much for being here. Okay, there was no reason to push it all the way down that I knew of. I just figured that we'd do it.
That should be everything.
All right. It's way easier when you know how the puzzle is supposed to be done, I suppose. Like, last time I spent all this effort trying to figure out how to, like, push the boxes out. And that was the wrong way to do it. So, go outside. Oh, and also, the only element that was missed was that Carolyn had said that he watched all the VODs that didn't catch live. All right, yeah, no, thank you guys very much. I'm trying so hard to... Okay, there we go.
You got the packages together for me? Oh, thank you. That storage area is in pretty sad shape. My supervisor came in earlier and really wrecked the place. Seems like I'm always having to clean up after her. Women, am I right? Anyway, here's your payment. Thanks again.
He didn't say that. Elaborate gadget. I feel like I need those. It has the feel of it to me, like this guy who, by the way, does nothing for himself. Sorry, like, I don't mean to, like, be a big thing about this, but, like, this guy is a super big dude. He is as tall as 9S is sitting down. He could go in there and push those boxes around. He chooses not to. He sits there, so when he volunteers unasked, oh, right, my supervisor's always, like, messing things up, that's how she is. It's like, oh, okay. You're not endearing yourself to me. Is it true? Maybe, but this guy doesn't exactly embody the elements of hard work and perseverance. Drienne wants to know when we're playing Oxenfree. So I have played Oxenfree, and we have the whole... Sorry. I played Oxenfree through one time and only came to discover a bit after that it is intended to be played multiple times, but the whole thing is up in our collections tab. If you go to videos, and then up at the top of the videos list, click on collections, you can go in and... Just double checking. I can upgrade this. I don't know if I want to. The machine spear isn't very good, and I don't give a crap about a robot discount. But, well, see, the only thing that I'd be out, I don't care about the cash, but it's the dented socket. Do I need dented sockets for anything else on this list? Because if I do, I'm not going to get this. Otherwise, sure, I'll get a dented socket. I'm good with it. Dented socket, no, 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 no. Gotta find some meteorite shards, apparently. Meteorite shards and black pearls. Maybe I'll find them at the flooded city. Alright, I don't see anything else in here that needs a dented socket, so we'll get it. Dran is saying that they want Mia to play too. So do I. There's a lot of games that I'm looking forward to Mia playing. So I can upgrade this again with 3 more dented sockets and then 1 sturdy socket. And I don't think I need to sell anything. Carolina says that's got to be before my time. Yeah, that's one of the. It's not super old, but it was back there a ways. All right, I don't think I need to talk to Strange Resistance Woman. So let's think real quick. The thing about I will say this about Oxenfree, without any spoilers. It is similar to a Telltale game, if only in terms of the amount of dialogue. Like it's constant. So to interact with audience in the with an audience in the way that we like to do now, Oxenfree would be a tough playthrough because you either are listening to them talk or you're paused so that you can interact with chat. And that is, hold on, we're gonna get something here. Hello, Force.
What is that?
An enormous facility that appeared from an area beneath the ground. It would appear to be machine-related in origin. Further details unknown. Mobile transport platform detected in the section emerging from the facility's center.
So, an elevator?
Forrest is saying that it was a hard day at work, and then she came home to a busted pot and plant on the floor, courtesy of her cat Gigi. Glad to see you are having a good time. Well, I hope your day improves. That's not fun to come home to, for sure. So I just wanted to, like, I've never tried holding right trigger with either 9S or 2B, and they do not get the same sort of, like, burst, okay, as the others. As A2. And as always, I thought I was sort of out of range of that. My comments about Oxenfree are in no way a criticism. It's just like I'm not sure that that would be as easy to do now as it was back at the time. I'm also yeah, no, I don't want to say okay, this guy sucks. So I can't sword stab him anymore. I could hack him, but let me just do that. Dran says, not only similar to a Telltale game, but the 2 of the main actors are longtime Telltale actors. The main character being voiced by someone who got her start as a voice actor in The Walking Dead. I adore that Gavin Hammond's character in the game is dressed in green with a brown hat and has green subtitles, just like a Telltale character that he played. Dran further says, I found there was plenty of time to chat between dialogue, so you traverse the environment quite a bit. That is true. Just had to pause mid-thought on occasion. Also, Oxenfree has, and again, for people sensitive to spoilers, understand that this is not a spoiler. It is a comment on one of the mechanics that I think could have done with some improvement. In Oxenfree, it would bring up an option for you to say something, like a dialogue choice that you could make, but the dialogue choices would frequently if not always, time out before the other characters finish speaking. So you were frequently faced with the option to have the game auto-choose something for you, which, as you know if you've ever played a narrative game, is suboptimal, or interrupt the dialogue and maybe have missed out on something important. It honestly feels like something that you would have expected to see patched as an accidental bug, except to my knowledge it never was. And it doesn't ruin the game, it does disrupt the flow. And yeah, one thing that I would say to anyone heading into Oxenfree, like, hey, just know that that's a thing. Your game's not broken, and if you want to have the opportunity to say what you want to say, you're gonna have to cut off the last third of somebody's sentence to do it. Dran says they did time dialogue to keep things flowing at a natural pace. I took it as the way characters communicate as teenagers of their time. Yeah, it's not, like I said, a hard criticism. It's just an unusual choice that I... Like Drian, because I haven't played it. What was the next one they did? After Party? Was that the name of it? Does After Party do the same thing? It didn't feel like it when I... From the little amount that I've seen.
Special authorization keys are required to access tower subunits. We apologize for the inconvenience, but access is not permitted at this time. However, today we have a special gift for first-time visitors to this tower. A tour of our brand-new resource recovery unit. We look forward to serving you again.
The heck was that?
A forced message from the enemy system. Said message relays the locations of objects known as resource recovery units.
Now they're just messing with us.
Okay, so we've got a new objective. Let's see what's between here and there. Yeah, in other words, Drian, I didn't want to, like, try to go too deep into it during Game Night with the Peeps because there were so many other people there at the time gathering keepsakes. Do I want to go do that? Kind of, I guess. Let me see if I can fast travel to Flooded City Coast. So we just need to be somewhere. So on Monday, we did an audition stream for a game called Wilder Myth, which is a procedurally... What the hell? Oh, is this copper ore? Yeah. That's what I should have sold. I should have sold some copper ore. Wilder Myth is a procedurally generated role-playing game on the PC where, similar to XCOM, you get a chance to create and customize characters.
Give me a rundown on what happened while I was resting.
Oh, hold on.
Affirmative. Relevant data concerns the massive facility you just accessed. It appears to be machine-related in origin, though further details are unknown. Additionally, the large structural units launched from the facility have been detected in multiple areas.
Large structural units?
Said units were marked as goals earlier. They are believed to be so-called resource recovery units.
What do these units do?
Unknown.
Okay, I don't mean to cut them off like I'm playing Oxenfree. I just need to know where I can access a fast travel point. Let's go near the tower.
Where's A2?
Unit A2's position and current status are unknown.
All right. Mark the positions of those units on my map, will you?
Proposal. Unit 9S should state his intentions.
I'm going to wipe out the machines.
With the bunker destroyed, previous orders to Yorha units would be suspended. Proposal. Rendezvous with resistance forces and confirm chain of command.
I don't care about chain of command. I have one goal now. I'm going to kill every last machine. And then I'm going to kill A2.
Oh, right. 9S thinks that A2 killed 2B, even though 2B was basically asking to be taken out of her misery. Let's transport to Flooded City something. Flooded City Coast, right? Yeah, it looks pretty close. Closer than that. Brandon's saying, I don't think they handled it that way in After Party in terms of the dialogue. Followed by, that one is good, but very different from Oxenfree. I think that one would be a fantastic Mia game due to some of the more ridiculous elements and irreverent humor. Yeah, I like it when Mia has an opportunity to engage with the story. That was what was so fun about watching her play through Telltale games. But yeah, in Wilder Myth, we created 3 characters, because that's what you created at the very beginning. There was Mia, who was the fighter. There was Azaric, who was the hunter, which is sort of like it's sort of a cross between like I guess you'd say ranger. They're very prone towards, they're very good at scouting areas, but can also go into stealth and good with a bow and stuff. Felt very rangerish to me. And then Drienne was the Mystic, and the Mystic was a very interesting class in Wilder Myth. This is just right from where it starts, so no big spoilers here. Oh, God. All right, these guys are level 50, so that's well suited to my level 49. Oh, also, I'm pretty sure that we can go back and talk to the dojo robot. Okay, let me just get in here. But the Mystic in Wilder Myth can... like, their primary power is less about casting spells and more about infusing their soul into items.
This is one of the Resistance members we were asked to locate.
I was afraid we'd find this. The only personal items are these dog tags.
Analysis. Remaining transmission records indicate the Resistance members were attempting to retreat from battle. Analysis of final coordinates complete. Marking locations on map.
Let's go take a look. Maybe some of them will still be alive.
Okay, I would really like to get this chip-looking thing. Oh, hijack boost. I guess I didn't want to get that so much. So yeah, the Mystic can sort of infuse their soul into items on the combat screens that are... Oh, this is nowhere near here. Okay, I thought that maybe they would all be in the same area, but nope. So if I wanted to go here, this is where? I guess closest to the Park Ruins Attraction Square. The Mystics can infuse their soul into items made of natural items like rock or stone or plants, and then use those objects to conduct attacks on their behalf. And every type of object has its own separate thing. So like a rock spire can throw a discus of stone out that does a lot of damage, whereas a tuft of grass or like a shrub can use like a viney grab like their Bulbasaur and grab a hold of an enemy and draw them in and sort of constrict them from a turn, which doesn't, to my memory, do any damage, but rather allows you to stop an enemy from moving or get it moved over to a particular area. So it's a very interesting class, and I didn't make very good use of it during that audition stream because it wasn't until very late. Like, it's the controls for that particular class are different from some of the others. I also really whiffed on a couple impacts, but here's the thing. The big thing about Wilder Myth is the story that it tells, which was just so engaging, and we got to pick up and run with certain elements. For example, at the very beginning... Oh, and it's procedurally generated, so everybody's going to get something different, which is awesome. At the very beginning, Mia walks up to, like, the village, which is on fire, and one of her dialogue choices was, oh, it's Azaric. Azaric has, like, lit everything on fire again. That Azaric always lighting things on fire. This isn't the way that I left these guys. They were much happier before, and I can't talk to this one. Should I kill it to put it out of its misery? It doesn't seem to be attacking me, so I'm going to leave it alone. Oh, but so... Oh, that Azaric, always setting fire with his cooking. So then, in the subsequent scene, when we had a choice of what weapon to take, Mia was at Azaric's house, and it was a pitchfork or a frying pan. I said, well, Mia would be more likely to find a frying pan at Azaric the chef's house, so that's the weapon that she's been using since then. It was just so much fun, and we got to do a lot of interaction with people, all acting strange. Yes, they are trying to consume the flesh of androids. Butterfly's asking, when is the next episode of the story? I want to make sure I don't miss it. So at the moment, we're targeting probably this coming Monday. Don't shout. What if they find us? Can I help you with my horrible face? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Do they sell black pearls? I'll tell you what, I do not know if I need pearls for any reason. God, they're very expensive, aren't they? I don't know. Okay, let me see what else we've got. Torn book, tanning agent, natural rubber. Do I need tanning agent for anything? Let's assume that I do and buy 4 of them. And then I'm going to buy 3 pearls. Again, I'm not doing anything with this cash, and it's not going to appreciate in value, so I might as well put it to use somewhere. And can I sell some of this copper ore? Think she'll buy that? Oh, hold on. I think I just... Yeah. Oh, let's sell some iron ore, too. So I'm going to sell not less than 20. And, yeah, let's sell... Clear out some space in the old inventory so that we can pick up some more. Drin says, just glance at the character creation process you're making it. Just to clarify, my attraction is to women, typically. Okay, the good news is, Drian, I believe that that can be adjusted. Also, as you go through, you can... And so, just very quickly, that's the thing about making characters that are based on, like, people in any way. It's going to be very approximate, so anything that's off or incorrect, you know, we can go through and fix. But I would never want anybody to feel hurt or called out or anything like that based on how the fictional character is, because I was just sort of like very quickly, it's got this whole like personality matrix thing that it introduces you to at the very beginning, and I didn't touch that because I didn't know what it meant. And now in retrospect, I know, oh, that's where, like, that's going to control how they act in all the cutscenes, and I really should have put some more time into that. Gah. Yeah, these are all zombie machines now. I can't talk to this one. Oh, dear. Alright, so I'm looking for, I think, the body of the person. Here it is.
Man, there's blood everywhere. Whatever happened must have happened right here. Talk about a bad way to go.
Okay, so I would like to share. I reserve my full thoughts, my usually what is going to be my full opinion until I finish the game. But to turn our attention at least briefly to the thing that you see on screen, as opposed to what I played on Monday, NieR Automata has a real side quest problem. The whatever other positive qualities it has, and we're going through the story so that we can discover more of those. The side quests in NieR Automata are just badly designed. Every single one of them that I can think of, okay, not every single one, but they are overwhelmingly this: come to an area, do nothing, touch an object, and then leave and go to the next one. It feels, after a certain value, like a parody of fetch quests. Okay, I don't want to go there. And just to note, yes, it is absolutely true that I could... Wait, is this in the factory? No. Okay, I'm not going through the factory again. So we are done with this side quest. I was just about to say, there is no one's making me do this. I'm doing this because I usually like to go help like fallen comrades and like, hey, I just want to know what happened to the people that I used to know and care about. I'm thinking, you know what, let's go here. I'm not sure that Forest Castle Front is actually closer. You know what, I think we have to go through all the way through the castle for that. Is this in the castle? Yeah, actually, you know what, it looks like it's underneath the castle. All right, so we're gonna go to Forest Castle Front, and then we'll go into the castle. Let's do a quick save too. Transport, Forest Castle Front. Drian was also pointing out, so like, yeah, so Blobdybla's character developed a crush on the Drian character, and I do not remember, I don't remember if we went in and saw if that crush was reciprocated, which I thought was interesting. Blobdybla is also saying that it creates the relationship semi-randomly, from what he saw. Like, me and Azric are rivals without any real reason. So that blah 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 might have resulted rather from some of the story choices that were made. Any situation where Azric wanted to do one thing and blah 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 wanted to do another thing. Where's Forest Castle Front? Sorry. That might have spurred forward a rivalry. And what I liked about it is that it was a friendly rivalry. Like, it's not like you get a boost when you're well, at least the one that we saw was if one of them scored a stunt, which I believe is the game's version of a critical hit, then that would increase the likelihood that the other one would get it. So basically, if one good thing happens, there's a heightened chance that a second good thing will happen. It's like, oh, that's super neat. All right, so I got to figure out how to get to, back to the map, I got to figure out how to get to here from here. Boy, it really doesn't look like this is... No, actually, hold on. Sorry, it's a little bit... Okay, so let me head the opposite way. I sort of want to go across this bridge-looking thing and then down there, and then that would be pretty close. So let me turn over from where I was. Oh, this big bridge right here. And Caroluna is saying that he would prefer not to be included in the game. I will absolutely honor that. Like I said, I don't want anybody to ever feel...
Analysis. The fog is actually steam emitted by a large enemy structural unit.
Steam? For what purpose?
Unknown.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna hack this man in midair while I deal with the fact that he just hammered me pretty good. I will say, Caroluna, I suspected the others would really enjoy having you in the party, but we welcome all forms of participation up to and including just enjoying the ride and not being aboard. This is probably overkill, given the fact that I could have poked this man pretty hard and he would have fallen over, but whatever. Oh, and yeah, so those were our first three, but then Blah 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 joined the squad, and what was really interesting is that, like, the newcomer Blah 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 sort of took center stage in a lot of the story beats, and Mia was just, like, off on her own. And between streams we were talking about it here, is it possible that Mia's aloofness was really dialed up so that she is not participating in the story as much? That is possible based on the way that the game is put together. Oops.
Hello, this is the Resource Recovery Unit, now activating defense mode.
Okay, I'm going to assume that this is an entrance. This is the only part of this that glows like it's a doorway? Nope. And I was definitely up high enough, yeah? I'm gonna be a big dope and try it one more... No, I'm not. Okay. That is clearly not a jumping platform, the way that it curves up at the end. So... maybe up there? That looks like it could be something. Okay, here we go.
Writing? I can't read it.
Analysis. Writing is an ancient language known as angelic. It reads, meat box.
Okay, then.
Blah 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 is also pointing out that Mia is the only person without any sort of relationship or rivalry. But she does have, like, cohort ability or, like, friendship ability with both Azaric and Drienne, and especially Azaric, which was awesome because like Mia and Azaric, if you guys ever see them or like interacting in Twitch chat, always like my ride or die, and they're like hanging out together. And I promise you, I took no action to make this occur.
Is this entire building made of machines? Even on the inside?
Analysis. Many useless parts unrelated to machine lifeform functionality detected. The reason for using said parts is unknown.
There's no meaning to anything they do.
The two of them in the game started acting like ride or dies, where if they are like taking a defensive stance together, it's more effective than it would otherwise be. There's also a conversation in chat about like how quickly the characters age, and how like just moving from one region to another takes like 3 months off their lives. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the sort of game where you suddenly get a like a life potion and it restores you to your youth again. I feel like this game is very much about having a dynasty, a legacy, an adventuring career with a distinct beginning, middle, and end. So yeah, I'll be interested to see how it goes. And there will definitely be at least one more episode of Wilder Myth, because all of the time that we spent was on all of the time that we spent was on what appears to have been the training mission or the training map, which is like it's like for tutorials. And I'm curious what happens when we finish it. Do we get to bring all of our characters forward, or does that require legacy points? What happens when they get too old to adventure? Is there sort of a prescribed age at which they're like, you know, I'm hanging it up. I can't go out and do it anymore. I found somebody that I want to spend my life with, or I prefer the solitude of, you know, living on my own. What will be the end for these characters? And I like the fact that we don't know that, and that they have a lifespan to contend with. I'm also interested to see how many characters can you have active? Because we're sort of hypothesizing around 5, but it could be more than that based on how the character sheet expands. It was very neat, is the point. We're not going to spend our entire NieR Automata stream talking about this. Also, Drienne adored the fact that they had non-binary options. And yeah, so did I. As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, we have to honor the fact that they put this in by having Drienne in here as well. Plus, it just dovetails so well. Like, there was something just fairy tale-ish enough about it. Just sort of like, I don't know, having Mia, Azaric, blah, 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 and Drienne all out on an adventure with each other, watching out for each other, watching each other's back, discovering, you know, giant entities and creepy mists and things that had not been seen before. It just felt cool, you know? Drienne said that the characters actually display signs of aging. So that's another thing that we were talking about. Like, Mia likes to dye her hair vibrant colors. So when we did the Mia character, it was, okay. I chose a vibrant hair color for that. However, at this point in the story, Mia is like 7 or 8 years older than she was when she started.
Machines can't feel pain.
She is much more likely to mix that up. So I was thinking that when we went back in, we could probably take advantage of some of the ongoing customization options to change it to a different color. Now, that said, you know, it's one thing that makes like cartoon characters very iconic is that they tend to wear the same stuff. And I usually don't like changing up color schemes on characters, like what their primary and secondary colors are, until, well, actually ever, because that's sort of like an easy visual indicator of who they are on screen. Think in your head of like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. What is Shaggy wearing? Well, he's wearing green. Like that's one of his... Oh, hold on. Like, Shaggy has his main color. Daphne has her main character. Velma wears orange. Daphne wears purple. Fred wears that blue thing with the white ascot. They have sort of dominant colors that you associate with them, and if they're wearing something different, which they do in some of the movies, it always feels a little bit off. It's not that they can't, it's just that it tends to work a little bit against your established idea of the character. So it is equally likely that we will just leave Mia with her blue hair because it just pops so well on the screen. Blah Blah is saying they're in their late 20s now and started around 24, so now 27 and 29, so we don't know yet. Dren says, I love it. I would definitely be down for adventure with such a great crew. Blah Blah says, but I wish my character would stop dying all the time and hiding in the corner. Well, Blah Blah, the good news is with your new ability that you just picked up, you're going to be providing a constant boost to everybody on the battlefield. So even if you are sort of seeking shelter, you will be actively participating and helping out the crew. Mostly, blah, 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 I wanted to make sure that you don't drop a second time, because as was described by the game, you can go down once and get back up and keep fighting with some awesome support from Drienne, by the way. Drienne, if you haven't seen that part, it was Drienne who secured a ride home for blah, 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 which I thought was neat. But if you go down a second time, that's forever. So I really wanted to avoid... Oh boy. I really wanted to avoid losing blah 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 permanently. Hey, quick question, totally unrelated for people. Is there a thing about yellow mustard being good for heartburn? And if there is, why? Okay, hold on just 1 second. Believe it or not, I need to cough and have sufficient time to announce that I need to do that. And I'm going to just pause and mute for a second so that I don't do that into the microphone. Hold on just a second. And that was apparently the first announcement that Moo's squad heard as they came over. Hello to Moo! I hope everybody had a great time with your craft stream. I had a chance to check it out briefly as we were getting ready. That is, like, what an awesome idea. I hope that you continue to do streams like that, especially through this point in the year. I feel like there's something really, like, comforting and homey about, like, hey, everybody, let's make something together. Let's craft something together on stream. That was really good. Hold on, I'm trying to like figure out what is the easiest way to take these guys out. Hello to Zerder, Innertooth. Let me just make sure that I say hello to each person. Hello to Grumpy. And Panda. I hope that everybody, hopefully that's got everybody who said hello. I hope you all had a really good time in Moo's stream. We are playing some NieR Automata, round about the seaside playthrough, not like Oceanside, but as in the letter C. And
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
What you're seeing here is that the character that we're playing has the ability to hack the central cores of these enemies by playing usually a very short minigame, and it is rather more effective than attacking with swords, at least with this character. So that's what you see there. We just hack that enemy, and with luck, they're just going to go up in a big boom. And that big explosion radius does some damage to their to all their friends in the area as well. Panda just said, quick, glue the cat, and I have missed what that's about. I will look forward to it in just a second, I hope. Okay, that's a lot of incoming fire to drill through. Oh, don't you time me out? How am I supposed to get that guy? Okay. All right, let me just pause to see what that was. Moo said, thanks. Now the cat jumps onto the desk. There we go. And Moo is saying, LOL, I don't think the PVC glue would work on fur. Might work on paws, though. Don't do that, though. No, as soon as you make a joke like that on the internet or Twitch, it's like, oh god, there's gonna be somebody out there who either A, takes it seriously, or B, acts like you were taking it seriously. So, no, quick note to friends and family out there, don't put chemicals on your animals, unless it's to, like, protect against fleas or ticks. And that's probably okay.
Machine parts.
Speculation. Perhaps these are raw materials from the structure itself, possibly useful for creating weapons.
Weapons, eh?
I will probably... Oh, boy! Let's just try to put a stop to that, please. And I do, with some regularity, fail those hacking minigames, because they get surprisingly tough at points. Now, Zerder, if I'm remembering correctly, you were also looking forward to Farming Sim 22. I know that you donated a copy to... I think it was either Mia or Samalander, whoever wound up participating in the giveaway. Okay, someone's scared.
Prepare energy.
Hello, Moth.
Close range firing mode. Maximum output.
9S.
Fire.
Okay, forest access key. Oh.
Kill me, do it. Kill me, do it. Kill me, coward. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me.
Oh, blah 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 wants to cancel 9S too for killing the probably infant core that was so scared. Okay, so far in this C-side playthrough, we've done one A2 run and one 9S run. Let's check back in with A2. It appears that A2's memory region has combined with 2B's data. Currently monitoring progress to analyze effect. Pod 153 says, hold pod 042, issue detected in your conversational functionality. Numerous machine lifeforms whose network functions were destroyed remain out of control. Please take caution. 042 says, affirmative. Yeah, the seaside seems to be largely framed around what the pods think is going on, or how they are interacting with one another.
Good morning, A2.
What the?
Analysis. Your high unit A2 was restarted 5 minutes and 42 seconds ago. The cause was excessive strain due to battle against a large machine lifeform.
All this goddamn sand is starting to piss me off.
Alert. Fuel filter performance deteriorating. Fine particulate matter seems to have entered the filter while fighting in the desert. Proposal. Replace the faulty part immediately.
You make it sound so easy.
Records indicate said part was once used at the resistance camp.
The resistance camp.
I generally forget to bring out the scanner, so we're going to do that now. I'll also point out that A2 is voiced by a voice actor named Jeremy Lay, who, if you are a fan of the channel, you know that I am a fan of Jeremy Lay because she voiced a major character in Judgment and also we'll just say the Mia character in Persona 5. Mothoth is saying fine particulate matter can cause a lot of problems. I know that that's one of the things they said about, like, you know, running any sort of machinery on Mars. It would be a really big deal because the dust on Mars, like, dust fails to do it justice. The particulate matter on Mars is so fine that it would eventually work its way into any crack, seam, vent, hatch, little crease, anywhere at all that there is an open space, and get in and build up on the inside of machines. So without very routine maintenance, or some way to thoroughly clean and expel the dust on their own, machines will just eventually grind up by having all of that stuff in there. Also, Drienne and blah 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 are discussing whether or not 9S understands that machines feel. I will say that it's very interesting that in the B side playthrough, which was very 9S focused, all of the new story content, all of the, like, sure. All the little, like extra cutscenes that we got they were narrated by 9S, and he was usually describing something that the machines had gone through, the way that the machines thought or felt or adapted. So whether or not this 9S understands that machines feel, and if I was to characterize his current mental state, I think that he's in denial about it. I think that 9S is currently, like, he knows deep down inside that there is something very, very wrong. However, 9S currently has dedicated his existence to hating the machines and fighting on behalf of mankind, and also knows that the bunker was taken out by, as far as he knows, a machine virus. So he's lost everything that he had, and whatever doubts or misgivings he might have had about what Yorha is up to, I think that right now it's taken a backseat to him retreating back into the certainty and, frankly, prejudices that he has had for most of his existence. For anybody coming in, you will notice a lot less hacking with A2. She, what 9S does with his mind, she just does with a sword. And I'm generally a big fan of subtlety and finding non-violent solutions to your problems, except maybe in video games where the alternative is to hit things with a big sword. Oh, Panda's enjoying Space Facts. Yeah, there was a dreadful book by Kim Stanley Robinson, was that it? That everybody else likes, and I did not like. Called, it was actually a trilogy of books called Red Planet, Blue Planet, and then Green Planet. And I only read Red Planet because I disliked it very much. But if you are interested, let me put it this way. If you do not want a story, if you don't want to read a novel, if you want to read words on a page that will never once ever engage you with the story of characters, personalities, or personal dilemmas, but instead present you with a lot of information about the technical and technological and, well, really just those things, hurdles to terraform Mars into a livable space, Red Planet is very good at that. If you are interested in the topic of terraforming Mars, but you don't want to read a dry technical manual about it, and would instead like to have dry technical details delivered to you by characters who have a name, but absolutely no personality whatsoever, then yes, Red Planet by Kim Stanley Robinson is very, very good at that. Don't read it unless what I just said to you sounds good, and then you should definitely read it, because it is very good at that. Quick save. Now, do I want to transport someplace? Sure, current destination. Yeah, let's fast travel to Resistance Camp. Sorry, vending machine, that was the wrong button. Yeah, Panda says I probably don't have the patience for that. I'll take bite-sized facts. Yeah, God, it was like... It reminded me a lot of how I feel about Lord of the Flies, where it doesn't have characters, it just has archetypes. It has names within the text, and the names are there to provide expository dialogue to describe a concept or viewpoint. But they're not characters, they're just names. And that is not my preferred form of storytelling. I know some people feel like Star Wars is like that, like the characters are all sort of basic archetypes, but at least they're fun archetypes.
Help! Help me!
Are those machines fighting each other?
Oh, right, A2 doesn't know who Pascal is.
Thank you so much for saving me.
Oh, and another quick thought about that, just in case you disagree that Star Wars archetypes are fun, at least Star Wars characters have interactions and relationships with one another that go somewhat outside their disagreements about technical problems. I think it's the red wire. Well, I think it's the blue wire. Folks, come on. It's the green wire. Like, it's not quite that way, but yeah, yikes. Hey, Pascal.
You're a machine too.
Wait, please. I have no intention of harming you. My name is Pascal, and while it's true that I am a machine life form, I also detest fighting of any kind.
Uh-huh. And machines don't have souls. They're just murder bots with a fancy name. They killed so many of us. And I swore to make them pay.
I see. If that will save your soul, then so be it.
Oh. Is this an ending? Did we get an ending? Hold on, you guys. A2 destroyed Pascal. Pascal's death led to the collapse of his village and its residents going out of control, resulting in the elimination of all androids on Earth. Oh, we got the Z ending! All right. Blah was laughing about the tough decision while like basically ice cream truck droid was blaring away, driving around like a clown car. Oh, Drienne, I personally have no interest in killing Pascal at all, but I wanted to see what would happen, and also, I do kind of feel like based on what A2 just said, she would do it. Plus, however long our time with NieR Automata lasts, I would like to see as many entries, as many endings as there are to find. Also, since we have folks here, I will also point out that so today is a Thursday. If you're watching this in the... Oh, and now I do the fast travel again. Yeah, no worries. Today's Thursday, and normally on Thursday it would just be, you know, whatever stream we... Between, you know, Mia doesn't stream on Thursday, is what I'm getting at. And... that is going to change today, because today, Mia and Jason McMaster are going to be doing a special co-op stream that starts today and will probably continue for as many episodes as it takes to finish, a game called Labyrinthine. What I just said includes everything that I know about Labyrinthine. It is apparently a horror game, and it includes some degree of co-op ability, and I don't know if McMaster is a fan or if he will also be checking it out for the first time, but either way, That will be happening tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And as I say this, that is just a little bit less than 3.5 hours. This stream does not have 3.5 hours left ahead of it.
Are those machines
But I wanted to make sure that
fighting each
people are aware of that so that they can check it out if they choose, because I know that we will definitely be there.
Thank you so much for saving me.
You're a machine too.
Wait, please. I have no intention of harming you. My name is Pascal, and while it's true that I am a machine life form, I also detest fighting of any kind.
Uh-huh. And machines don't have souls. They're just murder bots with a fancy name. They killed so many of us. And I swore to make them pay.
I see. If that will save your soul, then so be it.
Blah 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 wants to kill Pascal again. I think this time we'll let him live.
You aren't going to kill me?
Just shut up and leave before I change my mind.
You... No. Never mind. You have my thanks.
Just like the side quests are probably like one of this game's least good qualities, the character designs are one of the best qualities. Like Pascal's design, the way that his like arms are sort of like on these like these hydraulic lifts or whatever, so he can sort of like shrug or move his arms. The fact that his fingers like rotate around like on these ball points, I really like the character designs in this game. And that includes even the simple robots, the little like bop bots that like flail their arms around. It's just, I really like the way that the characters look in this game. Number 2, you're still alive. Sorry I haven't been in touch, Anemone. You survived, that's all that matters. Though I fear that all of your fighting companions are long gone. I had to kill number 2 with my own... 21 with my own hands. I'm sorry. No, it's... Oh, that's right. Did you know there was a Yorha member here named 2B that looked just like you? She's dead. What? 2B is dead. I killed her. She was infected with a logic virus. Oh. Well, please make yourself at home in our camp. I have no other reaction to that information. I'll have someone show you around. Not necessary. Her memories are contained in this sword. Oh, that's right. Yeah, 2B held her sword out. I didn't think that was literal, though. I thought that when she held the sword out, she was surrendering and wanting to connect to upload her memories, preferably without the virus. I didn't think that the memories were actually inside the sword. I see. You can go ahead and use her old room then. I'm in charge of the camp here. I'll make sure to tell everyone about you. That will very neatly gloss right over any introductions that might otherwise have to be made. All right, we're gonna save it so I don't have to do conversations again. Hello to Azaric! Blah 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 also likes A2's design. I like the fact that A2 looks like a... Like, I think that she is wearing arguably some cloth around her midriff, but everything else is just android exterior. Like she has completely lost any interest in appearing human. She only exists for the purposes of killing machines. Hey Anemone, got a question for you. Any chance you could spare a fuel filter? A fuel filter? I'm afraid our supply recently ran out. Pascal makes them for us, so you can go pick one up directly if you'd like. Pascal? You know him? You trade with the enemy? His village is different. They never caused us any harm. No way, forget it. This may be hard to understand, but we forged an alliance and trade materials when the need arises. We can't be picky about how we reach our goals around here. And besides, we aren't so far gone that we kill machine life forms after they surrender. Fortunately, I definitely haven't done that either in this reality. So I guess we're going to Pascal's village then?
Alert. A broken filter will cause significant problems with fuel distribution. Proposal. Replace the faulty part immediately.
Yeah, I know.
Coordinates confirmed for a colony centered around the machine life form known as Pascal. Location marked on map.
You don't know when to shut up, do you?
So there was one side quest that I did want to try to do if it was available. Remember the dojo robot guy? Yeah, he's no longer around. He was like level 40, and it occurs to me that we could probably do that pretty well now. All right, and this is not blue, so we cannot just teleport to Pascal's. Yeah, we might as well just walk from where we are. Yeah, Azric, I hope you've had a good week. It's been a couple days since we had a chance to stream, but it was fun interacting with you guys on Monday. We were talking at least. So there you have it. Anyway, mind lending us a hand? We'll help the twins. Great, much appreciated. Alright, so all we need is some stripped screws, small gears, and machine oil. You can get stripped screws from the machines that look like they've been stacked on top of each other. I think you can get small gears from the small machines with the short legs. You should be able to find some machine oil near a deserted truck at the abandoned factory. I don't want to go back to the abandoned factory. Please don't put yourself in danger for this, alright? So, do I have all the parts?
That's everything those redhead twins wanted. Guess I'll hand it over.
Yes, I will. Wait, what? Oh, no. I did not notice even a little bit, you guys. Okay. I wonder if that broke the episode. That would be disappointing. On this end, we are back now. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so depending on where it cut out, all we really did was walk over to Devila here. How long was it out? Probably not very long. The uptime is over an hour. Okay, hopefully it went okay. I apologize for any outage. I don't know what's going on. Please keep us informed if that happens again. So we brought... Devila asked for some parts to get some local androids up and running. We already had the parts in stock. I'm just turning them over. It is a fetch quest, believe it or not. It's just that we had already done the fetching. So A2 asks, what are you guys making? Isn't it obvious? Daily necessities. We're often asked to handle various odd jobs around the camp. Why are they wasting the two of you on odd jobs? Oh, it's no bother. We're happy to help however we can. Frankly, we're thankful to have a job of any kind. Anyway, enough gabbing. Here's your reward. Guys, this is a lot? Just take it already. It's not like we have anything to spend it on. Go on, you earned it. Maybe you'll agree to help us again later. So, the pure water I'm definitely happy about. Large recovery always comes in use. I can probably do something with the mushrooms eventually. Don't really care about the G's, but the 1,600 experience points are appreciated. Okay, wait, she's got another quest. Oh gosh, it was down for a minute? Yikes, that probably... Well, it's... What's done is done. I do appreciate the feedback. Never saw it at all. If you guys... I'll say this. I'd said earlier hello to Azric, and then been talking at least briefly about the special co-op stream that Mia and McMaster are doing. So if that part was lost, let me know. Otherwise, it's just been talking to Popula and Devila about the random parts they want. I'd love to sit here and chat, but we need to head out and take care of a job. Things are a little bit crazy around here at the moment. I need to get these materials post-haste, and... Hey sis, just ask already. Let me guess. You need a scrap collector. Oh, we couldn't possibly ask. Oh, ignore the hint. I like that the walk on your way is ignore the hint. We will agree to secure the materials because hopefully we already have them on hand. Yes, we can ask. Just be grateful for the help. Anyway, I usually track down some desert roses. I don't think we have those. It's a pretty rare plant, but I'd start by searching around the old ruins in the desert. Sorry to put you through this, and please be careful. Some of the desert enemies are quite strong. Well, I'll tell you what. We might be able to level up a little bit. I do notice that the enemies recently are... Wait, how do I... Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me see. It should put something on the map so that we'll know where to go. The enemies are around or even slightly higher than my level, and I would prefer to be higher levels than them. So this is Popola's errand. So we will go to Desert Housing Complex and then set a course for over there. Now, it looks like there's also another quest in here. Wouldn't it be awesome if it's that dock worker guy again, the warehouse guy, and he's just like, oh, I need someone to move these boxes, and instead A2 just like slashes his head off. Popola, he in Slavic, when someone is a Popola, it's a person that does not know when to shut up. Interesting. Yeah, see that would mean that means nothing, at least that I know of here in the United States. So, blah blah blah. How does that like factor into like Popolatko's name? Because the name sounds familiar between Popola or Popolatko. You're looking for the resistance member who's usually here? Yeah, he stepped out. Said he had to make a delivery to the outpost near the desert. I thought he'd be back by now, honestly. Maybe you can check up on him next time you're out that way? Yeah, sure. Because I'm going out that way now. There's a female resistance member stationed in the desert who might know where he is. I bet it's Jackass. And for people joining in progress, that is Jackass's. Jackass is her name. Blah 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 saying, oh, it's Popola. Never mind. It's created from her surname, no correlation. Okay. I think Popolatko is a very cool name. All right, let's quick save again, but then let's transport to Desert Housing Complex. Yep. But yeah, Azric, earlier we were talking about Wilder Myth and the idea that we'll probably be doing a second stream of that this coming Monday. So hopefully you can be there. Honestly, one of the things that I enjoyed the most was being able to turn to chat and say, "What do you guys want? Hey, Azric, this character's based on you. What would your character do?" Oh, and Azric, has there been any sort of announcement or like decision on when the Tomb Raider playthrough will start? I'm not sure that I'll be able to catch every episode live, but I'm looking forward to that. I think that you're going to gonna have a good time with that one. Okay, so it kind of looks... Oh, you know what? We're also looking for a desert rose. So let me take out the scanner, just in case we pass near something. Oh, I didn't put on the auto pickup thing. That was another thing. It might have been during the outage. They were selling an auto pickup item, and somebody had recommended that specifically. So let's go in and... No skills. Plug-in chips. And probably go back to my all-out attack ability. Equip. And then if I want to customize it with that, I think it would be a system chip. Oh god, maybe it's not. In that case, maybe a support chip? No, I definitely picked it up. I definitely bought it. Geez, that's a really big one. Taunt up. No, it's not in here. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry, guys. It was right there. Auto collect items. It is slightly too big for me to put in. So, let me see if there's anything that I'm willing to part with. Let's go to equip chips. I could drop auto use item too. I'm not dropping that. I really like having auto heal in there. Yeah, so if I'm going to drop anything, it'd probably be use item +2. Let's pop that for now. And then we'll put in auto collect items. And that gives us a little bit of space. What is that, about 5 points? Let's just see what the options would even be. Do I even have a chip that's just 5 points these days? But that's already equipped, though. There's like a sort by size option. I doubt very many things are going to be as small as a 5, but... And then... Well, she doesn't hack, so there's no point in putting hacking abilities there. Okay, that's all I can do. Okay, so blah, blah, blah is saying that getting the auto pickup was during downtime. Yeah, so it was 5K, and somebody had recommended it, so I picked it up, and now we have equipped it. So, yeah, thank you for letting me know, and now... Somebody had really recommended it, and I'm not sure that it is better than having that heal, but we'll give it a shot. I don't know how to get to where I want to go. If plans work, I'll start streaming again on the 20th, and no work, so I'll have all the opportunity. Yeah, that'll be a real good time. Okay, so... Oh, God. Maybe we gotta go there and then come down here? Yeah, that might be it. Because I gotta say, like, look at the sort of 3D-ness of the map. Oh, hold on. That's terrible. Okay, let me work my way over there a little bit, just in case. But I'm feeling like I probably came to the wrong side of this. It feels like it's going to be a impenetrable wall. Yep. Okay, no big deal. As you're saying, today was good. Been a busy work week. But in a good way. Very ready for the weekend to be here. I made it through... If I make it through next week, I'll be on vacation. I will also share, just in passing, because I feel like maybe this is helpful information for people, and I want them to know and to hopefully feel heartened by it. Since the last time that we streamed here on Monday, I've had my COVID booster shot. The effects so far feel a little bit milder than what the second shot was. Okay, so yeah, it basically picks up those items without having to stop and press B. I will, I'm not sure if we'll keep that on, because it's just, I don't mind pressing B, but let's keep it on for a little bit. Maybe I'll really get accustomed to it. Let's go to, hold on. See, now but I don't remember where to go. So, our goal is to get to here, which is Desert Center? Desert Camp. Moo is saying, I totally coincided my shower with the stream downtime on purpose. Oh, yes, I think that is what happened, Carolina. Steam went down because of water damage, or the stream went down. Yeah, they had to redirect all the stream energy from the internet stream to the water stream. I think that's how it works. Transport. I once had somebody, I really don't know how to tell this story in a way that doesn't make this person sound comical, but I once had somebody explain to me with the most ardent certainty in their eyes that when files or folders are put into the recycling bin and then deleted, that is harmful to the environment somehow. I don't know what this person thinks happens when you delete files off of a hard drive or a solid-state drive, but they were absolutely convinced of it. What, that delivery guy? Yeah, he was here. He brought me a broken water purifier, which I already repaired and returned to him. He took it out to the storage facility forever ago. You telling me he's still not back?
Our storage facility is over in the city of ruins. Helps keep it safe from enemy attacks and all that noise. Hell, he could probably be there. He could still be there for all I know. Let me show you where it is. By which I mean I'm just gonna stand here and not show you nothing. He might be at our storage facility. You're not getting anything out of me. Okay. Just in case this person has anything that I want to buy. Looks like a big nothing. What's cure manipulation? Cures control anomalies. Well, I don't care about that. Wait, what's this? HUD save points. Oh, okay. I guess we can see if there's any chips that are worth 5. I wouldn't say no to that. So right now I'm just looking at the top right. Yeah, these are all auto evades, which I can't use. Item scan, I don't want. Fishing spots, no thanks. Those are all HUD upgrades. Or downgrades, depending on how you think about it. Okay. As we were saying, as you know, I had my booster as well on Saturday the 4th. I got 2-shot Moderna and now have the Pfizer booster. Interesting. Went the opposite way. I originally had the 2 shots of Pfizer and then got the 3rd shot of Moderna. But I'm glad that it went well for you as well. Okay, so, sorry. I keep doing that because back is the map button on every other game I've played in the last 10 years. So, how would I get here? It looks like I have to get through this mountain pass somehow. This will just figure it out. Let me sort of, just head over in this direction and see what we can find. She's really got a battle dancer quality to her, doesn't she? Lots of spins. Oh, this is maybe where I'm supposed to go? It mostly looks like this is going to kill me. But it also looks like it might have a switchback to it. And at no point does this look like the right way to go. Yeah, I'm going to turn back. This doesn't look like where I want to be. And yeah, I saw the thing down there to pick up. I'm walking away from it. Oh, blah 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 is having the 3rd Moderna tomorrow and have a complete collection. Yeah, really filling out the set there. Yeah, I think that the general sort of thought. Whoa. Okay. The general thought is just getting the booster is a really good idea. I have heard some people say that it's been recommended to get whichever one you didn't have before on the idea that that might sort of broaden the supply. I will just share that for me, it was pure pragmatism. The Pfizer one was not available, and like I don't care. So I will go with whatever is available. And I talked with the person with whom I made the appointment, and then the person administering the shot, and I said, I know this is not dangerous. Is it effective? Like, that was my only concern. I wanted to make sure that... Should I try to slide this someplace? I mean, it looks like I just want to jump up and that's where I want to go, but just make sure. Okay, no, it's good and jammed, which is probably where it should be. I just wanted to make sure...
The roses the twins wanted should be around here somewhere.
Oh.
But finding them is going to be a serious pain. Why are they running such dangerous missions in the first place?
Yeah, my concern is that the shot would just, like, not have an effect if it was, like, from the... Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, no, we're both here. Ow. Ow. Hold on, I don't want to die here. Okay, so, a couple ideas here. I am... What was the skill that I took off? I actually don't remember. Because I'm not sure that the automatic pickup is worth whatever I took off. What's my equip chips? Well, I still have auto heal. Oh, the auto use. Yeah. I'm sorry to the person who really recommended this, but I'd rather have the auto use item, because when you get into a situation like that, I don't always feel like I have the luxury of stopping and opening up the thing. Let's go back to support. And auto use item plus this. Yeah. What's overclock, though? Ooh. If I had an upgraded overclock, I might go for that. Okay, but let's take auto use item plus 2. Yeah. Plus, when it auto uses an item, you get the you get extra bonus healing from it. Okay. I'd really like to continue reading chat. It's just I gotta deal with this asshole. I will say one thing for 9S. 9S can clock this guy out pretty good by just hacking him. Okay, this is a camera angle. It's like landing 1 out of every 30 shots is the problem, and... Yay! I would love a more elegant way to fight those guys, you know, without the hacking ability. Azure says, like you mentioned, the side effects are just some slight arm soreness. I'm just, like, very sleepy is part of it. I don't know if it comes off on stream or whatever, but I'm, like, just sort of, like, not groggy, just weary. You know, it's sort of like... I don't know. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's not like I just walked a really long distance or, like I really had a good workout or I had, like, a long day. Like, it was a day, but it wasn't, like, a bad day or anything. I'm just sort of, like... I'm ready to roll right into bed. Our DNA will match or something like that. Here's not allowed to mix. Pfizer gets only Pfizer and Moderna gets only Moderna, says blah, blah, blah. Lethargic. That's a good word for it, Trian. Yeah, my very limited understanding, and you should not listen to me. I am not a doctor, and I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm certainly not a virologist or like hold on, I just want to see if I can get across this. No, easily. Is that the way this works is that the first shot that you get delivers some sort of like some RNA coding, which is delivered to your immune system to say, hey, here's sort of a primer on something dangerous. And it teaches your immune system how to recognize the hooks, so to say, that a virus might use to attach itself to your cells and attempt to replicate. And it's sort of like, here's the RNA information on how that virus interact, and that goes in, it sort of primes your immune system, and then the second shot sort of like puts it into practice by giving it something to actually fight against. And at least for me, that's why the second shot tended to hit a lot harder, because it was actually activating the immune system and saying, okay, now do it. There's nothing dangerous about it. It just sort of like kicks your immune system in to put into practice what it's learned so that it's even better prepared. First is like the book learning. Second is like the actual field practice, so that if in the actual like combat field of keeping you safe, it encounters a real live fire situation, it is as prepared as it could ever be. Based on that very crude analogy, from there it would be that the third shot is just sort of like re-upping that knowledge, like putting it back into practice and saying, but for real, you remember what you were taught earlier, which by the way is how like tetanus boosters work, for example. Like we all get tetanus boosters, or should, every once in a while to sort of like refresh the immune system's understanding of how to keep you safe. I'm still looking for the desert rose, by the way. I don't know if it's further down the tunnel, but I just wanted to look around here. So, again, based on that rough analogy, the third shot doesn't appear to matter as much because it's no longer based on any specific prerequisite. It's just, hey, immune system, you remember this, right? Like, you understand what you're supposed to do with this. So from there, I believe the logic is that it doesn't really matter whether you originally took Pfizer or Moderna. It's just more information, more reading to complete. Oh, hey, we got a desert rose. I didn't realize I'd already gotten one. Wait. Oh, no. I think I wasn't supposed to come down here. I saw something glittery, and I wanted it. Now I can't go back up. Ah! Is it gonna respawn that fucking asshole snake? God damn it. Arg. Carolina says, but then there's the vaccine that typically has the worst side effects the first time, not the second time. Don't remember whether it's the third type or not. And Moo is singing, don't you forget about me. She's not here now, but hopefully she'll be here soon. General Mayonnaise. Oh, General Malaise. Sorry, I missed the prerequisite for that joke. I was like, General Mayonnaise? What's that? I would also, again, stress, no joke, I am delivering an extremely crude layman's understanding of why there's two separate shots for the COVID vaccine, and maybe over time they will get that better prep so it's just a single shot like a flu vaccine is. Let's do a quick save, because I did still get something done. God damn it, I gotta go back all the way here. It's not that long, it's just, it was a foolish mistake to jump down there. But mostly, the only reason that I brought it up here is not for anybody to feel pressured or judged or anything like that. I just want people who have internal personal misgivings to have had the opportunity to hear from somebody who just did it and is feeling a little bit sleepy and knows from personal experience, based on the second shot that I have, that this will pass in a day or two, and then I will be that much better protected. And that a couple days of feeling generally lethargic and in a general malaise is, in my opinion, a very, very, very small price to pay to hopefully avoid any of the other side effects that come from an actual COVID infection, up to and including, you know, loss of taste and smell. I'm not gonna go through any of the side effects. People probably know what they are. That's it, and that's it. We're not gonna like spend our lives on the topic. I just figure that there can be some benefit to hear from somebody like, it's okay. It is okay. Blogger says people over 60 will get $300 cash for getting the third dose, and the vaccination rate has gone up 6 times since the announcement. That is awesome, and also I hope that they backfill that for anybody that might have jumped on the chance to get the third shot, and like we wouldn't want anybody to feel like they were that they lost out by being responsible and prompt. Okay, so apparently the Desert Rose, because I walked right up to it and it didn't pop on the sensor, so we'll just take a quick look around. Yeah, see, I did a fast travel. Medium recovery. Just pick that up off the ground. Silver ore. Take it. And Moo says, thank you for sharing the story. Yeah, that's... You're welcome, and I would encourage folks like Azaric or yourself or others to do so as well as they get it. The more normal it feels that people around you have gotten it and are fine and are content and better protected, I feel like that is the single greatest contribution. Arguing with people, fighting with them, trying to convince them, I feel like that can sometimes just harden people towards, towards intransigence, and I would just say, you know, maybe this is a more helpful way. I'll also say that I personally don't want to have any part of spreading misinformation or countenancing willful, purposeful misgivings. That is something different, but again, on with other topics. I just got pancaked against the wall, and on the corner of the wall as well. Okay, I know that sound. I know the sound. Urgh. Okay. God! Ugh. The snake is my least favorite. Wait, no, it's just stand perfectly still. Why can't I hit it? I like the screaming guys remind me a lot of those enemies in Serious Sam. Moo knows exactly the ones that I'm thinking about. The guys that just go... just constantly run at you. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Okay. So, I'm sorry, are these guys infinitely spawning? I doubt it. Still, maybe it's time to focus on the big guy. Okay, your boss is dead, guys. You can all go home early. I'm not gonna tell. Ouch. Bobby Blast says everyone's fighting while the big robot decides to do push-ups. I saw it doing something. I honestly thought that it might have been, and we've actually seen this happen, so I'm just not making an off-color joke. I thought it might have been two of the robots running. Like, it looked to me briefly like two characters were just enjoying each other's company. Okay, that was a double dodge that I tried and failed. Okay, these guys are just infinite, though. Because, like, how many times do I have to beat them up? Ow. I do not want to be here. Look, even the big guy comes back. All right, I'm out of here. I'm going to take all your titanium alloy. What do you think about that? Titanium alloy and broken circuits. So, for real, what... I'm looking for... one more Desert Rose? Two more? And from what we've seen, they're just glowy bits on the ground. So, let's look around, make sure that we're not going to leave any... Yeah, I'm all for fighting, just not, like, infinite pointless fighting. So, I guess I should go back the way that I came if I could. Oh, interesting. Moo is saying that Cara Luna introduced her to Serious Sam. Now, wasn't it, like, now? Like, very recently, like this week almost, that Serious Sam 4 came out on the consoles? What were they waiting on? And it is Serious Sam 4, isn't it? Okay, if I wanted to go back up the way that I came, is there a mechanism to do that? Yeah, up here. Alright, bye, Yell Boys. Yeah, Cara Luna streamed Serious Sam 4 a while back, but not on console, right? Like, I didn't check this before raising this as a topic of conversation, but somebody had mentioned that it just came out on consoles. Hooray! Okay.
That's it for the Desert Roses. Time to head back.
All right, and again, we'll try to head back this way. Also, you guys, just as sort of like a side note, we've talked about doing an audition stream of Persona 5 Strikers since I haven't played it yet. That is the quasi, maybe non-canonical sequel to Persona 5. It runs into the following issues. Number one, it is the sequel, or a story sequel to Persona 5. So, like, just starting it up seems like it might involve some spoilers for who is and isn't available. And secondly, my understanding is that that game starts off with, no joke, upwards of 30 to 40 minutes of dialogue before you do very much playing. And that's just sort of like a thing in Persona, but I'm not sure how to square that with an audition of anything. Can you imagine going to go watch Rent, but the preamble to that was just watching somebody play Space Invaders for 45 minutes before any dialogue happened? Oh my goodness, Club, thank you so much. 21 months. Club, I know that you had I guess it's always a busy week, so I'll just share that I hope that things are going okay for you. For what it's worth, we were having at least a brief conversation earlier about getting our booster shots, and if it is any solace at all to know that there are people in the world who take this pandemic very seriously and doing everything we can to not wind up in the care of you and yours, hopefully that is part of it. But we will move on from there. I'm sure that it's a topic of all day, every day, so we will not dwell on that. Moo says it's on Serious Sam 4 is on Xbox Game Pass, another game for more than a Mia to stream. You guys, when Mia just sort of like casually shared that she's signed up for Game Pass, to this moment, I'm not sure that she has a full. Maybe she does, but Game Pass is. I think I mentioned it in a previous stream. I am a big, dedicated believer in wanting to have as much ownership over my games as I possibly can. And even I am telling you that... How do I remove the marker? Yes, remove it. There we go. Even I am saying that Xbox Game Pass is kind of a shocking value. It is Half-Wit Inventor. So, how do I get there? Maybe from here? Oh, that's the worst way to get there, though. Can I get there from Castle Forest Front? Yeah, up the thing. Let's try it from Castle Forest Front, because I really dislike going through the amusement park. It's so easy to get lost, for me. Oh, hello to Brian. Brian, I hope that you're having an okay day. I do remember the information that you shared in Mia's stream yesterday. I'm very, very sorry to hear it. I think that I think that 2020 and 2021 have been very hard times for a lot of people. So I just wanted to share that information is remembered, and I hope that you and your family is doing okay. Oh, wait, I don't want to go this way. Yeah, I mean, I saw robots over there and thought, I'll take care of them. I'll show them not to just stand in front of their home guarding it. But we're actually headed this way, I believe. Yes. All right, so hopefully we can work our way back up towards Pascal's village one way or the other. Brian is doing a lot better than yesterday. Yeah, it's, that's good to know. Brian, I also was curious in your thoughts on My Time at Porsche. I had never heard of that game before I saw it was either Jason McMaster or his wife, Sonky, played it. And it looked really neat, and I know that you were playing it, I think, earlier this year. I don't think it's been that long. Oh, and I also wanted to share with Club, if Club is still here, it is... we would like to do an audition stream for Other Side, which was picked up not an earlier Steam sale, I think last year, and we haven't gotten around to trying it at all. And it has, based on the screenshots and like the little intro video, a very XCOM, like, I don't know if flavor is the, or tone is the right word, because it looks much, much more stylized, but like similar to that.
There's machines everywhere.
Analysis. This is a colony of pacifistic machine lifeforms led by the unit known as Pascal. It is logical for a large number of machine lifeforms to be present. This pod has concerns regarding Yorha Unit A2's predictive skills.
I'd be more concerned about me smashing your face if I were you.
Club is lurking very hard, so we will allow that to happen. And hello to Galaxy Inc. I hope you're having a nice Thursday so far. Ah, it's the woman from before. Thank you again for rescuing me, and also for not killing me when you did so. Now then, how can I help you? Summary. Yorha Unit A2 possesses a faulty fuel filter. She has obtained information from Anemone, leader of the resistance camp. She has traveled to this village in order to obtain a new filter. End summary. Request: 1 functional fuel filter. Do you really need to spell it all out like that? Analysis. A2's lack of verbal communication made this pod's assistance necessary. Shut up. Ah, I see. Sadly, I'm a bit short on materials right now. I need rigid tree bark to create a filter. But the only location I know of is guarded by ferocious machine lifeforms. What about this giant tree behind you? I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't make a filter at the moment. Confirmation. Unit A2 will secure and deliver rigid tree bark. Don't confirm that by yourself.
Areas where rigid tree bark is available marked on map.
God damn it.
Hey, how you been? I've been fine. I'm always fine. Okay. Ugh. I decided to play with the rest of the kids after all. They kept begging me to, so I had to oblige, you know? Uncle Pascal always says your health is more important than anything. You want to play with us? It'll be healthy. Oh, I don't think you're going to like the way that A2 plays. So, we came all the way here, And because it's near Automata, now we're going to go all the way someplace else. Can I turn on the vending machine here, though?
Analysis. Hostility toward the peaceful machine lifeform Pascal is pointless from an energy usage standpoint. Proposal. Form a friendly relationship immediately.
You've got to be kidding me.
Okay, now I'll be able to fast travel here. That's good. I didn't look to see where we're going. Okay, Let me go see Half-Wit Inventor. I don't really remember what this was about. Wait, nope, that's downstairs. This way? Do you guys remember the movie Jumper? It was about the guy that could teleport at will, sort of a Nightcrawler type character, except he was a Calvin Klein model instead of a blue demon guy. One of the, like, I saw that movie. We watched it here. We talked about it at the time. It was interesting. I remember basically nothing about it at all, except for the parts fairly early in the movie, like right at the beginning, when he was just sort of like teleporting around his apartment, like just teleporting over to the fridge, grabbing a drink, teleporting back to the couch, like basically just using his powers with abandon because of course you would. I think about that scene and only that scene all of the time because if I could do the sort of like hover just above the ground dash that A2 goes and go like sprinting around, I would do that all the time. I'd never stop. It would be so convenient to get around. Also, you have like all those invincibility frames where like people swinging swords can't hit you. You have currently invested in me to the tune of 500G. Would you? Sure. Producing dividends in return. What do I invest? I have got a lot of cash. Like a lot of cash here. A shrewd investor knows when to strike when the iron is hot. A fruitful working investment. Okay, so 2 days later. Eureka! I've done it. Feast eyes and senses alike upon my new invention. Okay, down attack up chip. Seems worthwhile. Reset +1. I don't know what that... Oh, meteorite! No joke, you guys, that's awesome. We need meteorite. We can upgrade 2 separate weapons with that. Has exhausted my funding. Not right now, but now that I know that I can get meteorite off of him. Wait, for real, I might... If I can get a second meteorite, I might do that right now. How much money do I have? Experience points... Funds. 174,000? Hell, here. Yeah, invest. Give me more meteorite. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give him 20 grand this time. Maybe he'll give me meteorite too. Okay, so 2 days later. Alright, impact bracers, speed salve. Oh! Okay, well then, yes, I want to invest the 10G, because I want more meteorite. Brienne says, I believe Pascal is based on the Pascal that made some of the earliest programming language. I also appreciate that his pronouns are he, him, but the voice actors, both in Japanese and English, are women. And I've slipped up a couple times on that, and I endeavor to refer to Pascal in the masculine because that is what everybody else does within the game. Oh, no! It's random! Okay, well... I don't know what the... Okay, dude. What do I want to do? I got, like, a choice something. I don't know what it does, if it's a chip or whatever. Let's see if it's in here anyplace. Wait, can I put this on? Equip. No, that's right. It's horrible. I forgot. I'm not even kidding. I completely forgot that there are cosmetics that you can equip in the game. Alright, sorry. Back to all items. Here we go. A pouch that emits a scent that animals love causes them to approach and wait for you. Okay, so that's what I just got. Oh, and we got a quality sachet, so now we can... Is that sachet or sachet? I want to say sachet. Now we can ride them anytime we want. So we don't have to worry about, like, giving them bait, which I did exactly once and then never again. As we were saying, they also played on that in the movie. Due to him doing that, he forgot to move normally, walking places, and ended up being a weakness that he had to readjust. I did like that movie. Yeah, the parts, it's no knock against the movie to say that, like, I don't remember the rest of it very well. It's just for whatever reason, that early part really stuck with me. It reminds me of, again, a moment that very few people would consider to be a spoiler. In X2, there's yeah, okay, we went there. X-Men X2, however you'd want to, like, describe the name of that movie. There's just a quick moment where Iceman, who really doesn't get enough play in any of those movies, played by the guy from Quantum Break, whose name Shawn Ashmore. Thank you. I love how quick you are with names. Shawn Ashmore played Iceman, and he's just handing Logan, like, a beer. And before he hands it over, or maybe Logan hands him one, Iceman just, like, blows on it real quick and chills the beer. And it's not like a major moment. It's over in, like, 2 seconds, but it's just cool, frankly, to see... Guys, I already forgot where I'm going because I was thinking about that scene in the movie. To see them using their powers for something other than, ending world threats, and instead just using them the way that a human being might if they had access to it all the time and had given proper thought to all of its applications, up to including chilling your beer. Yes, I think this is where I want to go. Yes, Carolina says cool, literally. I'll tell you this, I would not want Kitty Pryde's ability. I think that I would never get over the phobia of moving through solid matter, leaving a part of myself in accidentally, falling through the ground, and getting stuck deep underground with no way to, like, instantiate myself up above ground again. I don't know. I guess I just am maybe a little bit confused by how her powers allow her to stand without falling through the ground. And I don't need a detailed breakdown of it. I'm just saying that, like, of all the X powers, like, I wouldn't want to be Cyclops, where you can never take off your glasses, and if you ever do, you're too dim-witted to shut your eyes immediately. But, like, I'm not afraid... Well, okay, so here's the thing about Cyclops. It's that, like, if you ever fuck up, you can vaporize Jean Grey, or at least irritate her to the point where she becomes Dark Phoenix. And both of those are bad outcomes. So that sucks, but I'm still not as phobic about it as I would be about Kitty Pryde. I just don't want to be part rock. Sorry, I paused to read Drienne's comment. Drienne really enjoyed the coming out scene. And I just don't remember it. Okay, this is bad. Hi! Can you stop that for a second? Jesus Christ. Hold on, I apparently am not going to be able to finish this thought with this many dudes. spear dudes can just straight up animation lock you. Oh, yeah. Yikes. Come on. Okay, wow. I can't overstate the amount to which I'm trying to dodge these dudes. Okay. Yeah, fucking right I leveled up. Oh my god. He still missed. The pod still missed. Dude didn't even move, fired right over his head. Okay. Not that I can claim a lot of skill with any of that either, but Jesus Christ, pod, come on. Drin says both are bad. If Scott didn't have some fancy lenses made by fancy people, he's basically just blind. Granted, not as bad as getting stuck in solid matter, but I wouldn't want Wither's ability. That's one I would hate, but that's not movie stuff. Yeah, unfamiliar with Wither. I can make some guesses based on the name, but I'm not sure. Brian would want Wolverine's ability. The only downer about Wolverine's ability is that he's give or take immortal, and I very much do not want immortality. Like, I liked the Are we allowed to talk about Death Becomes Her? I'll just say that Death Becomes Her was, to me, an extremely effective horror movie, and it's not supposed to be. It's a little bit like that movie Downsizing. Remember that one with Matt Damon and Kristen Wiig and probably some others? I've not seen the movie, but based on the trailer, that is a straight-up horror movie. I don't understand how it's played as anything other based on the concept. If anybody hasn't seen the trailer, the idea is people voluntarily choosing to shrink themselves down to, like, the size of action figures and live in, like, toy doll houses, and oh, it just seems awful. Like, they live in, like, a little community and, like, have their food brought to them and stuff by, like, regular adult people that can cook one meal and then portion it off into like little tiny meals that are good for dozens of tiny people. And it just, like, I look at it and say, what if a house cat got into your little enclosure? You'd all die. It just, giving up. I've not seen the movie. All right, so I don't know how it goes or where it goes. I couldn't spoil it if I wanted to. I'm just saying, based on the premise itself, I've also completely lost track of where I'm trying to get to. Just based on the premise, the idea that people would trade away all of their agency and authority and decision-making ability in society to put themselves at the mercy of whatever corporation or organization it is that's managing this, on the idea that once they have completely sacrificed everything they have, including their own personal autonomy, to this corporation, that they wouldn't then immediately be taken advantage of, is just terrifying. It's terrifying to me. Oh, and hello to Borlak, who came in during a recap of a movie that I've not seen. So hello to Borlak and everybody coming in. Borlak, possibly Lady B, and anybody else. Borlak, we did stop in earlier, and I knew this was going to happen. It wasn't Trine. It wasn't Division 2. What were you guys playing today? I'm struggling to remember. Yeah, Carol Luna is very happy to have no mutant abilities. Borlak, we were also talking about which X-Men or X-Men adjacent ability you would least want to have. With my immediate thought being Kitty Pryde. Wow, this guy's level 66. That's why I'm having difficulty with him. Drop anything good? Nope, 220 Gs. And the X-Men thought came up because one of the powers that I would really love is Nightcrawler. Like, Nightcrawler never seems to be in danger of phasing, appearing inside solid matter, which would generally be my concern about teleporting in general. Remember that early episode of Star Trek Enterprise where they had to get beamed up? This is like episode 2 or 3. For anybody that didn't see it, Star Trek Enterprise would set at a fairly early point in the Star Trek timeline when certain things like the transporter didn't work very reliably. And there was one...
What's that?
Unknown.
You're useless.
Early episode where, due to emergency conditions, it really wants me to look at that. Due to emergency conditions, they had to transport in the middle of like a severe windstorm, and one of the, they weren't red shirts, they didn't wear red in that, but it was one of the red shirts, as I recall, like rematerialized with bits of stick and leaf and other things, like just fundamentally part of his uniform and his body. Like he had to be taken immediately to sickbay to get like reconstructed for the parts of him that were now plant matter. Borlak says, how you doing? Doing very well. What were you guys playing today? Because I did see it, and we were lurking briefly before we started up, and now I've completely forgotten. I know that it wasn't an art stream, it wasn't Trine, and it wasn't Division 2, but I knew I was gonna, like, if I get to talk to Borlak, I wanted to talk to him about it. 7 Days to Die, that's exactly it. So, Borlak, I own that game. I've not played it. I've been in a little bit of a mood for some survival crafting adventures, thanks to the Game Night with the Peeps game that we're playing on Tuesdays with Mia, which is The Forest. How do you like 7 Days to Die? I have a friend who got really into it. I think you and I have probably talked about this, but seeing that you were in there was like, I really want to give that a shot. Drienne loves the X-Men comics, which is far too broad a statement for such a long ongoing series, written and drawn by so many different people. So it's less about the movies for me. There have been a few decent X-Men movies. Only been a few decent X-Men movies. We've talked about this, so I'll just, we won't make it a big topic. Wait, I could have just teleported back here? Wait, what am I... Did I or did I not get the bark? I got so swept up in what we've been talking about. I don't know if I got the stiff bark that I need to make a fuel filter. I am looking forward to seeing the X-Men get integrated into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that's going to be super exciting. Can I just share before I talk to this? I want to see a Cyclops story. I want to see a movie about the dude who is Cyclops, because he is so important and so central to X-Men as an organization, to X-Men as a culture. He's usually framed as being the leader of the X-Men. He sets a lot of the tone. He has such a tragic backstory, and they never talk about him. He's always like the guy that's there while everybody turns their attention to Logan or Jean Grey or Professor X, and it's not like those aren't interesting characters, but like, yo, Cyclops, I want to know more about you. I don't give a shit about Havoc. I'm sure he's a nice guy or whatever, but like, I want to know what makes Cyclops tick. I want to hear what he keeps in check. I want to know what he regrets. I want to know how he feels about having such an obvious romantic rival. And I don't want a story centered on Logan. Like, I want to know more. I would love to have either a standalone movie or an X-Men movie that justly turns the focus towards Cyclops. I feel like he is very underserved.
Here's your stuff.
Thank you so much. I'll make a filter right away. Please just give me one moment.
Hold on.
He can fly.
A2, you saw him fly. He did so after your first
the machine
encounter.
life form Pascal has returned.
Just in case you weren't aware. Okay, before I go ahead, Azric says, I watched a topic discussion on power choosing, and they talked about people picking the ability to fly and how you would need something else to go along with it. Because to fly high and the oxygen thing non-existent and the temperature is much colder. Fly too fast and you could have something nick your skin that would end up being very fatal. It was just needing to think about abilities you might need. I want that, and not realizing that without a companion ability to go along with it. Yeah, the ability to fly would concern me because, like, if you ever lose attention, you could land real hard, and I wouldn't want that. Ah, A2, can I help you with something? You gave me that filter for free earlier, by which I mean seconds ago. I need to pay you back. It would bother me otherwise. How conscientious of you. Yeah, so if you think of something, let me know. I do have a bit of a problem now that you mention it. A ferocious machine has been attacking our children in the area where they play. Could I possibly trouble you to slay it for us? Is it right down there? Because I'll be happy to do it. Sure. Dren wants the ability to heal people. I want that more than any of the others. There was a really good episode of Night... Well, okay, again. There was an episode that I personally enjoyed of Night Vision starring Luke Perry about the ability to heal people. We've probably talked about it on at least one previous occasion. I thought it was a really neat idea to be able to heal people, but by taking their... In this case, it was psychological healing. And it was only by taking their psychological distress into himself and then having to work through it. It was interesting, and it didn't end as strong as it started, but I think of it often. I promise to repay you for the trouble. Vanquish the bad bot. Nope. But yeah, Borlak, thank you very, very much for the raid. Let's save it, because I don't remember the last time that I did that, and the game does not autosave. Also, Dran is glad that I appreciate Scott Summers. They would have been very dismissive of that pre-Grant Morrison's new X-Men, but he really grew and evolved as a character starting around them. He really has been ever present in all the core X-Men stories for so very long, though. That is less so as they create more and more spin-off lines of the X-Men comics. Like, an example of... like a vision of... Like, here's why I would say that in the movies. If anybody ever saw X-Men Evolution, which was a multi-season X-Men animated series that was actually pretty well done. I liked it, at least. That had some, like, Scott Summers to it. And it was like, oh, this guy isn't like some, like, just boring, vanilla, uninteresting guy. Like, he can be present for interesting stories, especially in X-Men Evolution, where they were all, like, younger. They were all like I think Scott was an upperclassman, but he was still like a teenager and could be prone to being angry. X-Men Evolution was also interesting because, like, Logan was one of their teachers, one of their professors, and Scott, Jean, Nightcrawler, what's his name, Kurt, they were all like students. They were significantly younger, and it was interesting to see Wolverine recast into sort of more of a parental authoritative teacher type figure. Okay, so I did that. Do I gotta now go talk to Pascal? Yeah, see, I don't mind fetch quests when I only have to walk 5 feet. I'm happy to do your fetch quest then. Drin says that Scott was boring and vanilla for a long time in the comics. There's actually a lot to be said about how a great deal of that is due to his relationship with Jean, who was too perfect. Yeah, I can see that. We heard you defeated the nasty creature. Thank you so much. Here's your reward. Please take it. Have we ever... Oh, I got some sturdy sockets. I think I needed those for something. I built this village because I detest fighting. I wanted it to stand as a monument to the power of peace. But when we surrendered our weapons, we lost the ability to defend ourselves. Now many within the village want us to rearm and vanquish nearby enemies in order to preserve our peace. What do you think we should do, A2? Dunno. That's for you to decide. Yes, I suppose so. But let your villager friends know, if anyone tries to attack me, I'll wipe this place clean off the map. I will make a firm note of it. Okay. I guess we're still talking. If you like, you're welcome to take a look around our village. It would be nice for you to know more about us. Sure, if I feel like it. Okay. Oh, Pascal's got another quest. Hello, A2. I appreciate all the time and effort you took for our children. Every one of them is a singular treasure for me. Indeed, they are treasures to the entire village. Our very future rests in their little hands. I imagine you find it odd for machines to speak of the future like this. I don't know. I trust that our children can stand strong against the senseless conflicts of this world and blaze a new trail for our people. However, one of the children is suffering from a faulty storage element. If we don't do something for the child... So repair it already? Alas, we lack the parts to do so. They can only be found deep within the abandoned factory, which I'm telling you to go to because fuck you and your time. It pains me to say this. I'm going to agree to it. I'll tell you this. If we get sufficient reason to go to the... Oh my god. What? Come on, big sis, play with us. I don't play with machines, now get lost. Come on, I want to play with you. I'm an android weirdo. I'm your enemy. So what do I say? So what do I say before I kick your sorry ass? Tee-hee-hee, you're funny. That's not supposed to make you happy. Big sis, make us something to play on, big sis. What? No. But we need something to play on. Yeah, it's boring right now. Seriously? They sell stuff in the tool shop, so buy us something. Yeah, buy something for us. Okay, fine. Play with us accepted. Again, I have like infinity dollars, so we're gonna go do this. Jen also says, for ages, Cyclops had to be the perfect guy to keep up with Jean, who was the girl that everybody wanted to be and or be themselves. I feel like, to me, Jean Grey, like maybe she's the perfect girl. Maybe that's why I don't find her particularly interesting. She's interesting right up to the point where she she's interesting as of the point where she can't control her abilities, because telekinesis, or worse, telepathy, the ability to like read people's minds would be kind of a deal. And she has that. Like, I know she's telekinetic, but isn't she also telepathic? Oh, to be with and or themselves, to be her themselves. Okay, I follow. Anything here catch your eye? Well, I mean, no, sorry, the item shop is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go see the guy in the forest soon. He taught me how to make things so I can vouch for his talent. But wait. So, should I go see the guy in the forest? Because I'm pretty sure that he can do some of the upgrades now, yeah? No, I have meteor or meteorite, but not meteorite shard. So I didn't get the thing that I needed. Dented socket, black pearl. Okay, yeah, no, I'm still missing. No, wait, I can do this. Hold on, we're gonna go upgrade. Yep. Yes, we're gonna go do this, and we're gonna do this next, because it'll be our first upgraded past level 3 weapon, or upgraded to level 3. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, hold on. I'm leaving here. I still need to buy something for the kids. You're looking for play equipment for children? I'm afraid we don't have anything like that in stock at the moment. However, I'm sure I could build something with the proper materials. Tell you what, here's a list of what I'll need. If you don't have these on stock, I expect I'll never see you again. Don't be absurd. We are not weirdly pushy. Fine, I'll do it. You'll just bug me about it every waking minute of my life otherwise. A2, how long do you think you're going to be spending in this village? You should be able to find what you need at the amusement park. That's forever from here. Safe travels. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to do that right now. I will also note, this is going to suck. The fact that this game is self-awareness enough of the amount of time that it wastes on fetch quests that it makes it into a joke doesn't mean that it may waste less of your time. What is this? Current destination. What? Wait, I am going to go to the weaponsmith because I don't want to forget to do it, and I really want to do that. So he is, as I recall, inside the forest castle, which is probably fastest to get here from the royal chamber, but that's a guess. Oh, hello to Patikin. Patikin, I was on your stream when you won earlier. It was one of the matches, one of the rounds, one of the games shows that ended on like the hexagons that disappear as you go. And you made a couple moves that I was like, oh no, Patikin, if only you hadn't been so greedy. And then you won. You pulled it out. So that shows what I know. Congratulations. Dran says they made Jean Grey originally as just the teen girl. They designed her as a very attractive redhead who has the looks, was intelligent, and a strong moral compass. She had no flaws at all. She had no flaws, and all the men on the X-Men wanted to date her. Scott was the one who got her, so he had to be equal to that status. It wasn't until much later that he was allowed to have real flaws and depth sans Jean. The mix of French pronunciation and then not French. Turn me around. Now, the only thing... I don't know where the forest weaponsmith is from this room. So we might have to figure it out. Let me go this way. I don't suppose it's going to be marked on the map. No, not the map I can see anyway. What I know is that there's like a little turnaround. Oh. Well, okay, I don't want to navigate that area. Let's go in here, and let's examine some of the different areas that we can... That was... Okay, it's getting more embarrassing, unfortunately. Oh, I think he's back here. I think if we pull this block away and then go over it, that might be where he is. Patine got 9 wins today. I'm just taking a short break from streaming. I'll be back later. Oh, watching the Game Awards. That'll be interesting to see. Yes, here he is. Hold on. I'm not done talking about X-Men, but I'm the blacksmith Masamune, taking good care of your weapons, to sharpen them if you wish. So, as far as I know, we've not been here, but yeah, this is the guy that can take us above or to level 3. I think we are level 3. So, this is my main, like secondary weapon. And so this is the one that I'd want to do. But before I commit to this, so this will take it to 1140 by 1254, which is higher than this, and then higher than this. Yep, Virtuous Treaty wins, because that is way more powerful. Oh, and I just got an achievement, Tools of the Trade. Now, is there anything else that you can upgrade? No. So, I mean, I could also upgrade one of these, but, oh, wait. This is a regular sword. Hold on a second. This is our other main sword. Oh, God, I am stupid. Okay. Well, inattentive. So, yes, this is my main sword. So let's get this. And then I think that this is the weapon that A2 is using. So let's pick up Bullet Rupture, whatever the hell that means. And then, yeah, Cruel Oath I don't get, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah, 2 maxed out weapons. Ah, your white sword. My master honed that very blade long ago. Master craftsman, spilled so much blood. Wager you'd wield them. Okay, heard all that. Patikin also says that he gotta be greedy in Fall Guys. But I'm just, oh, and then the short break. So let me say this at least quickly about, so I gotta push this block so we'll have time to say this. Okay, well, sorry, there's a couple topics that I'd love to talk about. Yeah, perfect characters with no flaws, for whatever reason that they are introduced, are just so disinteresting. So I am glad, and that's, by the way, why I'd like to see a movie about somebody like Cyclops too. Like, Captain America, I thought was boring as paste. even after the first movie that they did. I was not a Captain America guy, but seeing them take opportunities to match up, to pit his idealism against the realities of especially like the modern age and stuff, I thought they did some interesting stuff with that. Oh, here we go. Quick save to lock in the changes that I made. And now I'm going back to Pascal's village, I think? Oh, you know what? I've got a few different things to do in Park Ruins. Let's go there. I would like to see Cyclops get the Captain America treatment. I would like to see Cyclops permanently in the sort of popular zeitgeist, break the mold, like shatter apart the, like, I'm the boring guy that is just sort of in the background and tells everybody to be strict, good, upstanding moral people, and maybe tell a story about how he got that way. What was the precipitating event that made Cyclops say, I have to be on the straight and narrow all the time? Is there a thing in the comics? I don't know, so that's why I'd like to see them explore that idea. Oh, I'm picking up toy materials. Okay. Well, we'll continue to look for glowy bits. I've already got 2 out of 5, so it doesn't seem that bad. And then the other thing, so I guess the Game Awards are on today, and I have heard a lot of, or seen a lot of conversation with the Game Awards and what games were nominated and what games were not nominated and why these games and not those games, and maybe they should have chosen different games, and the Viewers' Voice Awards are more valuable in terms of determining what's actually the game of the year. And I just wanted to put out there something that we did tweet out a little bit ago. I don't want to see end-of-year lists or game awards that I already have pre-agreed with 100%. Junk broken. I am the most interested in... Did I get all 5 parts? I guess I don't actually care very much, but... How would we know? Oh, nope. Okay, so, and then current location, and then play with us. Okay. So I'm still looking for the last 2 parts. I am the most interested when I read a Game of the Year list where it has, like, 4 things that maybe I played or knew was good and really enjoyed, followed by 6 things that I've never heard of at all. I like it when somebody whose gaming, gaming tastes fall very similar to mine, presents something like, oh, I had never heard of that game. That sounds really interesting. Okay, so that's everything I need to get the crappy kids. All right, let's see if we can just go back the way we came. I don't want to fight the tank if I don't have to. And that's how I feel about the Game Awards. I don't know if they chose the best games of the year. I don't know if I agree with them or not. I haven't played, I think, most of the games that are on that list because I tend to come to these things rather later than other people. What is this game from? 2016 that we're playing right now? 2017? I'm just playing it now for the first time. Or, I guess, depending on how you want to think about it, the 3rd time. But I like seeing opinions that diverge from my own because whether or not I wind up agreeing, I learn something from them. So I just want to share that thought about Game of the Year lists. Like, guys, not anybody in our chat, but guys, relax. It's fine. It's fine if they award things to games that you personally didn't like. A lot of people was asking, is that beeping in the game or am I crazy? I may have been, like, I might have, like, mentally filtered it out. If you're hearing beeping right now, something else is happening, unless it's part of the soundtrack that I'm not hearing. Hey, you know what else I've just now realized about A2? Her soundtrack doesn't have any vocals to it. I don't think. Let's see if we hear any. Oh, what am I saying? There's vocals here in the village. All right, I found the materials. In just 5 minutes. Patigan watches the Game Awards for the announcements and more info on games and stuff. Done. I've built what you requested and installed it where the children like to play. That was fast. By the way, the children said they wanted to thank you personally. They're at the top of the village playing near the slide. Oh, the soundtrack just changed. They'll be happy to see you. Hold on, we've got very sweet music now. Yeah, now we've got the vocals. Okay, so, yeah, just pretend I didn't say the thing that I said. I just want to talk to this person? There we go. I really respect Pascal, you know? I mean, he's the one who thought to build the village for us outcasts. I really need to show him how thankful I am. If only there was some way to thank him. Some way. Yeah, I can take the hint. No hint. I just wanted to show Pascal how appreciated he is. Anyway, I was thinking he might like the new philosophy book. I hear they have such things over at the resistance camp. Guys, what kind of quest design is it to go to the resistance camp, pick this up, and come back? I'll get your book. Little clunker favor too anyway. Do I? Apparently someone named Anemone has a large collection of such books, so you just need to go steal one. I think there's a better way, though. Speaking of stealing... Alright, so I want to go up and see the kids, and they are apparently at the top of the thing. So, Milos Entertainment says, I thought I heard a high-pitched beeping. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I heard it. Hold on, let me take off the headphones. You didn't hear anything, did you? No, I don't hear anything now. Do you guys hear it now? There's a few seconds of silence. Hey, it's Big Sis. Big Sis. Thanks for building this, Big Sis. Yeah, thanks. Sure. Hey, Big Sis? What now? We just want to give you something, because you helped us. We gave you 5 plant seeds and 5 silver ores, plus 2,000 experience points that we had in our pockets. Thank you. All right. Pascal, what do you want? Don't do that, Pascal. I apologize if I scared you. I heard you built some play equipment for our children and wanted to thank you in person. Don't worry about it. Try not to overwork yourself, all right? Feel free to pay us another visit whenever you like. Also, I do appreciate the fact that
pacifist machines, huh?
Oh, I also get to...
Forming a harmonious relationship with Pascal and the villagers may help Unit A2 to obtain more materials. Proposal: investigate the village.
Alright, so Milos, and by the way, hello to you, says it must be something in the amusement park. I wonder if it was the big tank. Do you think, here's a question, do you think that the music in the village has added the vocals and gotten more, like, sentimental because A2 herself is starting to feel more understanding towards the machines? And I will say this, if that is a side effect of doing the side quests, then, although I continue to feel like maybe they could design them a little bit differently, become way more of a fan of the time invested. Okay, so... where, if anywhere, am I trying to go to? We can go get the philosophy book, which, again, is just going to take a second. And I do have to go back to the... oh, is that actually our main quest? It could be. I also want to hit something with my sword. You guys, part of the reason that you get a new sword is to hit things with it. I could go get the storage element. It is for one of the kids, isn't it? Wasn't there some other reason that I was going there too? I don't remember. Let's go to the factory. It'll satisfy 2 desires that I have in this moment. The desire to hit something with my sword, and the desire to help a kid. And go to the factory. I sound way more down. I'm playing it up. The factory is a cool place. It's just like a really big, long place that once you get into it, you have to walk a long way to get back out of. Milos is saying, the high-pitched noise is from a pod. Oh, Milo's Entertainment. Okay. I will endeavor to remember Milo's Entertainment. What now, Drienne, you guessed that somehow. What is Milo's Entertainment? Is that a reference? Also, there's no particular reason for anyone in this current chat to know this, but just a quick question. If you wanted to start reading good Dungeons and Dragons novels, where do you even start? It feels like every time I think that I might have found like the beginning of the series, like it's like book 1. It turns out that that's book 1 of this series that is building on the previous series that was 7 books in and of itself. This is not the biggest problem of our age. I don't know how you're supposed to, like, where are you supposed to jump onto this? Like, I downloaded from Kindle a sample of something that was like book 1, and it feels very, very much, and maybe this is just by design, but it super feels like it's actually like book 1 of a new series returning to the same characters 5 years after their previous adventure. It's like, okay, but I still want to start from the beginning. So I guess Carolina is saying that the pods make beeps when they are near something. Now, I do have the scanner that does this. I wasn't using that at the time. Do they make the beeps other than that as well? Right, let me just make sure that I'm... So, I'm looking for storage element. You're kidding me. Milo's Entertainment is saying there's extra pods you can get in the game. I will say this, having not known that, on our 3rd playthrough, that is welcome information, and I'm going to go back there to try to figure out what you guys are talking about, because I never heard it at all. It's kind of like... You guys are introducing me to something that I'm most familiar with in the Metroid games, or at least the Metroid Prime games, where in Metroid Prime, if you were near a collectible, like an energy tank or a missile, it would make a sound. And it, as far as I remember, there's nothing in the game that ever points this out to you. But if you're paying attention, and it took me 2 full Metroid Prime games to learn this, if you're paying attention, then when you're near a pickup, you'll hear it go like... And it gets a little bit louder as you get closer to it. Well, this isn't the way to go. And once you know that, then you will have a much, much easier time of getting 100% pickup completion, which I did in Metroid Prime 3. And it was entirely by picking up on that, like, sound cue. So once we find the storage element, I'm going to go back there and get an extra pod. A lot of people are saying it was a very high pitch. Now I'm concerned that I can't hear that register. And Carolina says the tank was mentioned. The belts on that had a somewhat high-pitched sound. Shit, maybe the extra pod is inside the tank. Maybe I screwed up by not fighting it. Like, from a gameplay design perspective, I actually like the factory, because it goes to, like, the top-down sections where you can, like, do this. Like, the factory's a cool location. It's just, I had hoped that it would be one of several cool locations that did this. And the only other one that I can think of, and I don't even think it has any top-down sections, is the Forest Castle, where it does a lot of, like, side-scrolling stuff, which is neat. Okay. And then I guess a follow-on question would be, is it worth going back? Like, I've heard that R.A. Salvatore in particular doesn't... R.A. Salvatore said that if he had his early work to do again, he would have done it a lot differently. And that, I think, was in specific response to... I guess a lot of the Dark Elf lore comes from the novels that he wrote about, and I don't know how it's pronounced, I've never heard it said aloud. Drizzt Do'Urden? I'm not sure how it's pronounced. But a lot of Dark Elf lore, R.A. Salvatore himself, I think R.A. Salvatore's a guy, I could be mistaken. I think he looks back on it himself. No, he has said he looks back, oh, hey, we did it.
Destroyed.
So this is the part Pascal wanted? Can't believe I'm killing machines to save a machine. Ah, screw it. Better go see Pascal.
Hey, maybe we'll get out of this pretty quickly. I guess now people look back at a lot of that early Dark Elf lore and feel like it's kind of based in a lot of racial stereotypes about, you know, characters with individuals with dark skin being inherently evil, or matriarchal societies being like more prone to violence. It's like, I've never read these books, so I sort of come to it with no particular thoughts on it. But it's like, is it worth going back and reading the early stuff if the author himself doesn't disown it, but says, yeah, maybe not my best stuff, and in my future works, I'm going to work to course correct on that a bunch. Is it possible on the internet to share, like, I don't know what I'm talking about, so what I say next is based entirely in sort of generalized cultural osmosis, and it shouldn't be taken as an actual opinion, but rather just sharing what life and times have taught me about a thing? Like, can I say in advance, this is an uneducated take and should not be taken seriously? And then say the thing without getting, like, roasted for it. Because that's what I'm going to do next. I've never read any of the books on which these characters, or where these characters come from. But just based exclusively on what I've heard, Drizzt Do'Urden sounds like the most pathetic edgelord in the world. Like, he's like a badass ranger who's like different from all the other dark elves because they're all evil, but he's a good guy, but sort of a dark and brooding dude who fights with twin blades. Like, make no mistake, I like playing characters like that as well, but I wouldn't expect any of my characters to become a household favorite of genre fans around the world. Maybe, like, again, I've not read it. I'm only sharing what I've, the things that I've heard about Drizzt make me think that I would not be predisposed towards liking the character. But believe it or not, that's why I want to preface it with, like, I don't know what I'm talking about, because my lack of knowledge is why I want to read the books. I want to see, where did this character come from? Why does everybody know who he is? Why does everybody care who he is? That's interesting to me. Wait, I thought I was... Where am I bringing the storage filament? Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure this goes to Pascal's village. Just want to double check. He's the broody boy Mary Sue. Yeah. That's what I think he is, but I want to read the stories. Oh. No, hold on. Where do I go for... Where's Pascal's village? Village weapons trader. What? It won't... Okay, you know what? Let's check it in the quest log then. Or just go there. Active quests. Storage element. Give the materials to Pascal. I thought as much. Transport Pascal's village. That was more effort than it would have been to just go there. Dren says, I've not personally found Salvatore's writing to be of high quality. He is very focused on action sequences, yet many of those action sequences make no sense if you try to visualize them based on the descriptions. And Mothoth says, I like to say, this is just my own speculation with no context, or something to that effect. For all the times I start talking about a thing that I know nothing about. Yeah, like, I think that if you confess up front, I'm only sharing what I believe about a thing, and my opinion can be easily molded by new information, that should be acceptable. It sometimes feels like on the internet, people take the first thing that they hear and just say, oh my god, this person. It's like, well, no, maybe that person just doesn't have enough information. Can we pause to see if that person doubles and triples down on that opinion, or if they say, hey, man, I'm ready to be wrong. How do we learn if we don't talk about things that we don't know about and invite new information? And then try to get into the Drizzt books. Okay, so Pascal says, A2, you have the part needed to repair the child. I cannot thank you enough. This is meager compared to what you've done, but please take it. Hey, we got some more meteorite. And then some dye, moldavite, which is another valuable upgrade tool, upgrade resource, full recovery, and then 10,000 Gs and 2,000 experience points. In all honesty, we could have transferred the child's core to another body instead of repairing the original. This process allows us to resurrect ourselves as many times as we want. However, it comes at the cost of our memories. So in a way, he would no longer be the same child. Thankfully, this is no longer an issue. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you don't have your memories in this context, like, again, this sometimes comes up, and I want to just briefly preface that losing your memories does not make you less of a person or less of an individual. But without your memories, it seems like you are somewhat of a different person. This tends to bring into conversations there are inherent traits that can be seen from people who suffer very extreme memory loss but still have particular characteristics or traits to their personality even without a lot of their memories. Understood and accepted. I'm only saying here that I do understand what Pascal had to say about, like, well, we could have moved the core into a different body, but without the memories, it wouldn't be the same child. And I'm only saying that I understand that. It's one of those things that I feel it important to talk carefully around, because we are currently having a conversation about transferring the memory core of, what is this? Sorting Trouble 3. Well, it looks pretty easy to get to, so let me go to City Ruin Center. Boy, for all the grumbling that I do about side quests. Oh, hello to Ricardio. Now, blah 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 is asking, do the machines grow up or... no, blah blah blah, they do not. The Forest King was an infant machine that they kept watch over for a couple hundred years, I believe. And it never matured or grew in any way. So, no. Children machines are children machines forever. Infant machines are infant machines forever. So those kids are going to get a lot of use out of the treehouse. Did anybody even understand what we built for them? I'm going to assume it was that little tree hut. And good. I hope they enjoy it, because they're much like the characters.
So this is all the crap the Resistance was storing, huh?
Oh, this is the... Okay, yeah.
Alert. Voice patterns detected from inside storage facility.
Okay, so if we push this a little bit over, but hopefully not all the way, just enough to be able to get a hold of this. No, I gotta push it a little bit more. Now? Arg. Ricardo says, how are you liking this game? To be blunt, I go back and forth on it. I enjoy the combat sequences. Like, basically, when we're doing story-based sequences that do some top-down shooting stuff and send some, like 360 twin-stick shooter stuff, and then you do some melee combat stuff, there's individual gameplay sequences that I like a lot. I am interested in how the story is evolving, so I think that is interesting. I've been sharing some thoughts during this episode, specifically on my thoughts on the side quest design, which I don't want to, like, overstate. Like, it's not like it ruins the experience, but yeah, I have some kind of specific thoughts on how that could be improved. But that brings us around to, like, what Ricardo might be asking, which is would I recommend it to others? And I don't know yet. Sometimes you can really enjoy something, but also recognize that it might not be well suited for others. The movie Kin, for example, that we talked about earlier. In an earlier episode, I mean. Hold on, let's help this person.
Oh, thanks a million.
Sorry, but could you do me a favor and clear a path so I can get out of here? I just did that.
I hurt my leg trying to force my way out.
Also, as you can see, I'm pretty big, so I'm going to need plenty of space. Okay, so just come over here. I'm trying to think now in response to Ricardo's question, what is the least positive sort of time that I've had with the game? It's probably around like midway through 9S's playthrough. Which, for Ricardo, for your sake, was the playthrough before this one, just because it felt like it was revisiting a lot of the same stuff, but with a less enjoyable character, like a less enjoyable, like, combat. Let's turn away from that. Whatever's happening there with the textures. A less enjoyable sort of combat system due to the way that 9S controls.
I got trapped in there while trying to get everything organized. My supervisor tore through the place like a tornado and ended up boxing me in. I'll tell you what, I just can't keep up with her any... Okay, so hopefully we'll meet the supervisor here. God damn it, there you are. Oh, it's Jackass. Okay, yeah, she does suck. I agree with you. I haven't seen you in who the hell knows how long, and now I find you sitting here on your ass? And didn't I tell you to keep this place organized? Yeah, but you were throwing things all over the place and I got trapped.
If something's in the way, just blow it up. It's not frickin' difficult.
But I don't have any explosives.
Then build some. I mean, just look at all the crap around here. I could build 10 bombs with this.
But there's no way to...
Wah, wah, wah. Zip it already. Time to teach you some goddamn bomb-making skills.
I just want to work in storage.
I don't need to know how to make a bomb. Cram it! Even lowly warehouse man needs to know how to blow things up. Sorry, my useless subordinate caused you so much trouble. You can have this. Not much, I know, but whatever. Anyway, see you later. My accent is constantly evolving, by the way. It's leveled up several times now. Also, I got a bomb recipe for you. And a pod program to repair. Wait, what is that? Pod program to repair. Oh, we're gonna get the pod. I almost forgot about that. You're right. Pod programs. Scanner. I don't want to use the scanner anymore. Emits a temporary beam capable of healing the combatants as long as they remain in its radius. I'll tell you what, if I'm standing still long enough to remain in a radius, that means that my level up is already improved. Well, we're definitely putting this on Pod C. Mirage. I don't like gravity very much, not for her. The 9S playthrough part hits harder if you play it again after you beat the game and understand some of the subplot that isn't directly in front of you. So, like, again, that's interesting information because... Milo's Entertainment... Somebody previously, during that playthrough, had said, yeah, the 9S playthrough is sort of, like, generally considered to be not the strongest part in the game, and I liked that feedback because I really wasn't feeling it, and it was helpful to know, like, okay, this is maybe an outlier, and it will improve from here. So knowing that there's elements in there that make more sense or hit harder once you have some more context, I like that information. I don't want to know what it is, but I like the information that it's more meaningful. Like, probably, if I was to guess, and again, no, don't confirm or deny, some of the, like, the little cutscenes where they were all, like, cardboard stand-ups, like, that I really did like. I thought that it had a unique sense of style. So, apparently, everybody else heard a pod round about here. Ronan, and hello to Ronan. Ronan, sorry, I missed it when Ronan said, he's thick, help him escape. And Motha said, free the thickness. Get down with the thickness. Ronan said the gameplay was the biggest issue. Yeah, so, like, I seem capable of mowing down infinity machines when I have, like, these twin swords. Or, like, the swords and fists were also a real good time. I like how she, like, adheres to, like gloms. She sort of magnetizes to enemies with the fists, which was very satisfying. With 9S, it's like the opposite of that. He doesn't, he like reverse magnetizes to enemies. It was very difficult to get him locked on. So, and again, I get it that they want you to use the hacking ability, but okay, so hold on, let me hear what everybody else is hearing. I don't hear anything. Blah, 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 are you fucking with me? I don't hear anything. Is it possibly... hold on, are we in stereo? Is it possibly playing on a channel that I don't have? Skills? No, system. Settings. Sound. Stereo. No, she can't hear it because I have... this is in headphones. Hold on. Hold on. This is making some noise. Let me try to defeat this. Oh, well, I found a pod program. Does that count? That wasn't really worth it. Okay, quiet you. Guys, I don't think I hear anything outside of what the soundtrack says. Is it still happening, Ronan? I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Hold on. The only thing I hear sounds like the soundtrack. Oh, it stopped when I picked up the pod program. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, guys, I think this game might have an old man detector. I never at any point... it was just at a very high frequency. Wow. Yeah, no, I never heard a thing. That's funny. Oh dear. What's not funny is that now, this is my thing with the, no, we came in this way. Yeah, okay, up here. That's what it is. You go up the wreckage. There's certain environments in games that I just can't quite master my way around. And I don't know what it is. Sometimes I think it's just like the areas look the same, but the amusement park has a lot of differentiation to the zones, and yet I tend to make the same mistakes and get turned around the same alleyways multiple times. Oh, derp, sorry. Just headed back to the vending machine. Okay, so we got the pod program. It wasn't a pod, but it was a pod program. It was Volt. Let's see what that's about. I'm gonna take off scanner. I don't really use it very much. Volt. Restrains and shocks one nearby enemy, causing continuous damage over a set period of time. Well, let's give it a shot. Alright, quick save, and... I think I'm headed to talk to Anemone now, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, Milo's is saying I guess my memory's wrong. No worries. It was still something, right? Yeah, Blah Blah is saying the TV section in the shops were a nightmare back in the day. Oh, I have vivid memories of an early computer that, like, going into, like, computer shop with my parents, and the sound from the monitors was overwhelming in totality. Okay, so, I don't know. Is this a new quest? Probably. This will be more than enough desert roses. Wow, I never turned this in. This wasn't easy, thank you. Hey, meteorite shards and meteorites, so hopefully a bunch of upgrades. Sorry, I'm hiccuping now. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna buy those. I can afford them, I just don't really want them. Continuous combo. Yeah, okay, so we already talked to her. Let me talk to Popula. Oh, and she just sells the same things? Okay. Maybe.
I don't get it. Why are the twins being stuck with all these crap jobs?
Hypothesis. Continued crap jobs will eventually have a deleterious effect on the entire organization.
I'd better talk to the lady in charge about this.
How did you get that weapon? Oh, they died? Yorha weapon saved the... Oh! I thought he was talking about the fact that the weapon has been upgraded. I didn't realize that he was recognizing it as 2B's weapon. Yorha weapon saved the external memories of whoever uses them. Please take good care of her, extra care of her. Alright. So, I think somebody or other had Beast Lord upgraded. And we've got Beast Curse. I can't really think of any reason not to upgrade these things. So, yeah, Beast Lord. Beast Curse. And then, oh, I can't do Beast Bane. That's fine. Oh, darn it. Sorry, I have bad news. I can go upgrade Beast Curse, which means I want to go do that. As well as Beast Lord. So, let's go do that real quick. Episode 10, as it turns out, is a little bit of like house cleaning. Both for side quests and for optional things that make you more powerful. I'm going to go to transport. But the good news is now we have a good sense of where to go. The Royal Chamber, and it's just pull that box aside. Oh, wait. Blah 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 has a good idea. What if you sell the sword that has 2B's memories? Oh, I want to try that. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to save it. I don't actually want to be rid of it, obviously, but I want to see if you can do that, because that would be... I like that idea. Oh, and hello to Samlander. Says tube TVs and monitors, that high-pitched transformer whine. Why are we talking about things that whine? Well, Samlander, if you just arrived, and I hope that you had a good Thursday, apparently, not 5 minutes ago, there was a section of the game where some in chat were like, oh my god, that horrible sound, can you please get the collectible? And myself and a few others, like Carol Luna, are like, what are you talking about? Apparently there was a very, very high-pitched tone that I could not discern, and nor could at least a few other people in chat. But for some, it was intolerable. Okay, so... upgrade. Beast Lord. And... oh, well, I guess I don't get to do Beast Curse. If I had that to do over again, I probably would have done Beast Curse instead, but whatever. It has been long and long since I've seen someone take such good care of a weapon. Oh, I got another weapon. This is one of the weapons I was telling you about. It was passed down through generations until it came to me, and I can't bring myself to seal it away. I know you give it the... Well, hold on. If you're going to give me a new weapon, can I upgrade it right now? Cruel Lament. Okay. Let's upgrade it. So I cannot upgrade it to the third tier because I need a small gear and a large gear. Those are probably going to be for sale someplace. Weapons are mirrors. They reflect in your heart. Let me put on that new fist weapon that I got, or at least check it out relative to the one that I have. So here's Demon's Cry, 180 to 324. This is significantly better. Yeah. Oh, so Samalander, that's why we were talking about things that whine, because I could not discern the sound, and at least I wasn't alone in it, right? Patigan says to solve the sound issue, get some old people ears. Dran is saying my ears are old enough, and I don't think Angel and I are that far off in age. Wait, so wait, Dran, remind us, were you able to hear it? Because I'll say this, like, I've never been somebody who, like, listens to music, like, super loud or something. I've always, like, I am not distressed by this at all. But, yeah, that was just, like, straight up not audible to me. Okay, so we did that. Where are we going now? Is it back to Resistance Center? I think so. Grant could hear it clearly. Maybe I just had the volume in my headset down. I will... Ronan has clipped it. So what we'll do is, after the stream, I want to go back. I also want to see if my producer can hear it. Oh, and Sam Linder's saying Thursday existed. Well, at least it's nearly over. I hope we get to do something fun tonight. Alright, so let's talk to Anemone. Pascal wants books on philosophy? Well, as it happens, I just finished this one the other day. You're welcome to take it if you like. Thanks. Could you give him this gold ore as well? He's been asking for this for a while, and I finally managed to get my hands on some. Alright. I have no idea how to pronounce this. Pensies? Is Moo still here? I bet Grumpy would know how to say this. Is Grumpy or Moo around? Be curious to have that spelled phonetically. It seems odd that a machine life form would be into philosophy, don't you think? It makes me wonder how much we really know about our enemy. I wonder. Oh, let's save it and sell the sword. I actually really like that idea. Uh-oh.
Where the state ceaseth, there only commenceth the man who is not superfluous. I see. It seems this Nietzsche was quite the profound thinker. Or perhaps he skipped right past profound and went straight to crazy instead. Oh well, enough of that. I'd best go see the world for myself instead of burying my head in books.
Oh, now we are Pascal.
Well, look at you. Your speaking has improved so much. But I fear you still haven't finished your studies, have you? You promised to read and memorize that botanical field guide, remember? You'll play with us when we're done, right? Of course I will. You have my word. And Uncle Pascal would never lie and break his word. Because children who lie grow up to be mean, evil machines. What's that?
I feel like there's an 80% chance that Pascal is dead by the end of this. Gosh, I'm so happy and fulfilled.
Now I just have to bring this to Pascal.
you hear me?
Oh, perfect.
Help A2.
I have the materials
The
you
village
asked
is
me
in
to...
great trouble. The villagers are...
Pascal! Pascal, are you there? What the hell is going on?
Hypothesis. The valuable source of information known as Pascal has encountered difficulty. Proposal. Unit A2 should investigate Pascal's village immediately.
I'm on my way.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I want to save it here. Oh, I can't transport. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna sell the white swords, and I want to see if that triggers an ending. If it doesn't, we're gonna exit out and then come back so that I don't lose the swords. Wait. But I think that's funny. Let's sell. Actually, can you sell weapons? Oh, I don't see any weapons on the whole list. Nope. Okay. Well, it was an interesting idea, but I really would have liked it. Okay, so we've got another clip called I Hear It. Come again. Wait, what is this now? Oh. And why are you scowling at me like that? Ah, I see. This is about Devila and Popula. Wow, that's a topic change. I understand how unfair it must seem for them to keep getting our most difficult and dangerous assignments, but I'm afraid that's going to continue for a while. The others here, well, they still haven't forgiven them. Forgiven them for what? Just who the hell are they, anyway? That's something you should ask them directly. Alright. By the way, if you haven't heard, Pascal, his village is in urgent danger. Just thought you might want to know. Yeah, let me go talk to Popula for a while. Wait, am I not talking to them? Oh, I talked to the wrong one. Hey, you have a second? Got a little favor to ask. We need some tree sap to repair a tent, but there's some super strong enemies guarding it. We can't even dent the things with the flimsy little weapons we have, so maybe you can... Hey, shut up for a second. Why do you two keep getting assigned the most dangerous jobs? You're not exactly equipped to handle this kind of thing. I'm sorry. We really should be handling our own tasks. Devila? Stop it. I'll take the job. I'm better at killing crap than you anyway. What was it you needed again? Tree sap? That's okay. We'll handle this one ourselves. Devila, I think we should accept the assistance. Come on, sis. We can't keep... Thank you. You have no idea how much this helps.
Where the heck am I gonna find that?
Search already performed. Regions rich in tree sap marked on map.
Well, aren't you a helpful little box? That ought to be enough sap. Time to head back.
I like it when games like they're already like it cuts ahead to, wow, I already have this. Like, especially when the ones like they don't even exit the menus, just your character immediately turns them over during the initial conversation. It's not our fault. Oh. Hello again. Did you manage to secure the tree sap? Thank you. I know this must have been difficult. Is Devila sleeping? She was drinking. I think she finally passed out. She's been trying to cut back, but with things as rough as they are, well, everyone needs a release, I suppose. What do you mean, rough? It's not easy being a defective model, you know? In the past, a pair of models identical to ours caused a major incident. Popula! My glass ain't getting any fuller over here. Bunch of no good razafraza. Devila. She does love that particular spirit. She makes it with desert rose, actually. You're welcome to try some if you like. Huh? What's that? No, keep your goddamn hands off my booze. It's mine. Now I'm gonna drink it all up. Meow. Meow? She can say some pretty odd things in her sleep. So you're gonna have a belt or what? Oh, maybe next time. When I drink, well, it's not always a good thing. Let's leave it at that. Anyway, thank you again. Can we circle around to the fact that androids are getting drunk at all? That seems like maybe the major story. You take a bit of time to rest if you can. Okay, we got Popula's booze and 2 black pearls, which is, again, a very rare upgrade. Okay. Hopefully they're all quested out. Now I'm gonna save it again so I don't have to go through the drunk tank with them. Okay. Can we get back to Pascal's? Oh, Moo did say that she was here, and then there was a whole bunch of dialogue. She probably stepped away again. There was what appeared to me to be a French word on the screen, but I don't currently remember how it was spelled or where the accent was. It might also have been Spanish. Like, I don't know. Oh, another quick reminder is we are just crossing the overpass here at 8 p.m. today, which is in just over an hour. Twitch.tv/morethanamia and JV McMaster will be doing a co-op stream of Labyrinthine. It is a rare Thursday stream for Mia. She doesn't usually stream on Thursdays, but wanted to make a special room to be able to do this co-op event with McMaster, and I am looking forward to it. How do we get here again? If I can't fast travel? Oh, we just walked through. It might have been Spanish. I'm not even going to tell Grumpy that. It looked, I'll say this, it looked French to me. I'm only like covering some bases on my inability to understand other language. But it was like a pensies or something like that. Oh no. I guess I was wrong about the children having a long time to play in that treehouse.
The machines are eating each other?
Pod, where's Pascal?
Unknown. Cannot establish connection.
Okay, go. Oh.
Me too.
What happened?
I don't know. Some of the villagers suddenly went mad. They began attacking their friends. I managed to help the children flee to safety, but I fear everyone else is.
You need to get out of here before you're next. Just go. Run! I'll figure out how to handle this.
But what about you?
These guys can't touch me. Now move your ass!
Right.
I wonder if the fist weapons will be more effective against the dumb snake guy. Oh, I didn't realize there was another guy here. Oh, that doesn't release the lock on the thing. Oh, yes it does. So now I gotta figure out how to defeat this. Okay, Volt was terribly underwhelming right there. Oh, blah 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 is enjoying the zombie robot children. Oh, interesting. Milo's Entertainment is saying Pensies is a book written by Pascal's namesake, Blaise Pascal. Was it Pince-Nez? Is that how that should be pronounced? Mothan's saying, what? Who would want no Mia? Wait, did somebody say no Mia? Oh, Grumpy's saying, what if I want more Angel and no Mia? Well, we've had what is it? Gosh, almost 3.5 hours of Angel, so I think we're all ready for some Mia. Plus, when you go to Mia, you get to listen to the Mia song, which I keep intending to point out when Mia is here someday. She doesn't like this game because of, well, I mean, let's look at the character that we're playing right now. But, like, you guys understand that I was only giving one example of a single verse of the Mia song. Like, it's supposed to have a lot of verses. It's not just like Mia's the best. Like, you're supposed to like expand upon it with like all the different stuff that Mia is doing. Hold on, where's the stupid snake? Okay, because I'm not going to be able to focus on anything while I have to fight this guy. But, like... Hold on. No! Okay, so can I do that back to you? Am I supposed to hold it? Hold on, when it recharges, let's try to do this again. I really feel like I'm supposed to fight that thing. All right. Without anybody having told me, I feel like the purpose of this particular section is to destroy all the enemy machines, and that is difficult to do when one of them is just sort of like lurking well out of range. Hey, dipshit, come down here. Am I wrong about needing to fight this thing? Well, you know what? Hold on. The snake doesn't have the red diamond over its head that I... Oh, yes, it does. Cool. All I have to do is this for the next 25 minutes. And Miles Entertainment says apparently Pensnez means thoughts. But yeah, if Groupie is here, that was the nature of the question was... Oh, there we go. Okay, that went faster than I suspected. All right, there's somebody upstairs, or at least a white arrow. Go on the thing. Oh, that's the locked door. Right, so we can't hack that open. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, A2. Let's move it along here. All right, I need to get to that level because I can see some zombie children feasting on each other. Okay. The 2D perspective, it's fun to have sort of the perspective shift because the controls change a little bit and it sort of reframes the action. I like that. But when you're trying to find things that exist outside that 2D plane, it is a little frustrating because, like, clearly there's some more enemies to fight, and I just don't know where they are. Oh, hello to Mia. Mia, I hope that you're having a nice Thursday. We were actually just talking about the fact that you and McMaster are going to be playing some Labyrinthine. I'm looking for, like, one more machine, maybe two. Gargleblarg, like... Dead machines. This is a dead end. It's probably so obvious. Is this like finding the... No, I just went up there. It's just the opposite direction that I came here from. This looks like it's probably going to lead out of the village, and it's certainly outside the red search radius. I don't see any new guys here. Okay, and I've searched this many times, so let me go upstairs. Nope, nothing up there. That's where the lock is. Let me go up from here for some reason, just in case I didn't. And that just leads to the slide back down. I'm looking for any pathways that I haven't taken yet. Mia's saying we were going to start tonight, but he will be covering the Game Awards, so we'll be starting next week. Oh, okay. Thank you for the update. I was letting people know that started tonight. So, like, right there, instead of just, like, saying it, you would be like, Mia, 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 Mia was gonna play Labyrinthine. Mia, 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 Mia said we'd have to wait for another time. Mia, 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 Mia. Like, that's the Mia song. You're supposed to add lots of different verses and stuff based on what she's doing, and in this case, how she's let you down. You guys, I can't find this machine anywhere. Moose says, I put the phonetic pronunciation for and Pincenez. At least I understand them up above. Wait, let me run it back. Me missed real-time kitties today. Caught the last 60 seconds of Moo's Maker stream. Were the kitties there as well? Wait, where did I miss it? Oh yeah, Mia, can you hear the high-pitched whine in those clips? Because I couldn't. Wait, I almost saw it. What's a Prince Nez? How do you pronounce... Oh, Ponce. Okay, I was way off. Ponce. Yeah, I prefer not to mispronounce things if I can't. Where do we go? Okay, so again... Oh, wait, suddenly there is a map. But it doesn't tell me anything that I didn't already know. Be here. Okay, let's say that I've searched the platforms well. No. Panda is celebrating the fact that I said that me is letting us all down. No, I mean, she is. But no, McMaster is covering the Game Awards, and in retrospect, I don't know why I wouldn't have expected him to be busy with that.
I can't leave this village to fend for itself.
Okay, well, hold on. She didn't say that when I went down the other pathway, so maybe that's where I have to go. Remember the one that I started to walk down and then I turned back around? I'm very tired of being in this village right now. Okay. Oh, I hear something. Yes! Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, look, it's Big Sister and Little Sister. And that apparently still wasn't it. I mean, these characters mean nothing to A2, but I remember them. Well, I still hear something, though. Here's the trouble, you guys. Oh, wait, there's another snake. No! Get the thing! Urgh. Okay, so Mia is listening to the high-pitched whine clip. I'm very curious if she'll be able to hear it. Because, yeah, well, hold on. Mia's probably not hearing this right now.
Is that all of them?
Oh, I hope so.
Scan for survivors.
Scanning. No life signs detected.
None, huh? Pascal, can you hear me?
Hey, too. How is my village? My people?
I'm sorry. I couldn't help them.
Oh, no.
Are the children all right?
I've taken them to the abandoned factory.
All right. I'm on my way.
Moo is asking, do we get more Auspicious Angel? Unfortunately not. For anybody who's been joining in progress, I like Moo, you have no idea. I really do appreciate the sentiment. For anybody joining in progress, I had my booster shot earlier today, and we wanted to make sure to get started early on doing the stream because I will not be up very much longer. I need to get some rest, but I have enjoyed this advancement of the story, and I like A2 a bunch. Also, hello to Silk, who says, I thought you played as 9S. The main character in the game changes not frequently, but multiple times throughout the narrative, and we started today's episode as 9S, and then now have moved back to A2. And sorry, I'm just trying to determine where I'm supposed to go from here, which is the goddamn factory. Oh, no matter how much I think I'm out, they keep dragging me back in. How do I get out of the village now? This next sentence is going to sound absurd, but I am serious. I have trouble even telling if I'm on the second or third floor of the village. The way that it wraps around just like tricks my brain, and I frequently lose track of where I am. Yeah, see, I've gone nowhere. I just went around in a big loop. So I need to get to a different level. Okay, can I just fast travel out of here? Because that would be ideal. Yeah, factory. That's NieR factory. Isn't there like just B the factory? Factory entrance. Yep. Oh, and now Silk is asking A2. I thought her name was 2B. Yes, as of this point in the story, and oh boy, spoilers alert, 2B was killed. She was infected by a logic virus and presented her sword to A2, who, at her request, slew her, stabbed her right through, and killed her. However, now she is holding 2B's sword and has access to, I guess, her external memories, which I guess is a lot of information about where she went and what she did, but maybe not her internal monologue on how she felt about it. Not sure. But that actually is going to be the end of our stream. Like I said, I really appreciate, I love it when people say like, oh boy, more, but I am very fatigued. What's going to happen from here is that I'm probably going to have like a bowl of cereal or something and then go immediately to sleep. No idea how tired I am. Hopefully it was a lot of fun to watch, and it was certainly a lot of fun to play. I really enjoyed today. Yeah, you never know what topic's going to bring in, but which X-Men powers would you least like to have was an interesting topic, and I liked it. Silk is saying, what? 2A killed... so A2 killed 2B because she had some sort of virus? Yep. Logic virus. Her personality was being overwritten by something that was going to turn her into like an evil, maniacal, cackling, terrible person. So she asked A2 to kill her, and A2 obliged. And not very hesitantly either. But let's call it here. This was a lot of fun, and I'm certainly feeling the fatigue of it. So we will bow out for here. There will not, it turns out, be a co-op stream between me and McMaster today, but look forward to that 1 week from today. And as always, I'm sure that Mia will have it organized into a series of play videos that you'll be able to watch, and I'm certainly looking forward to it as well. Moo is saying, take care of yourself. Mia is saying, Dran, listen to both clips, and without any context, I have no idea if I'm hearing the high-pitched sounds you are all talking about. I'm hearing quiet, high noises, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about. A repetitive, high-pitched beeping is how Drienne is characterizing it. Yeah, we're both going to listen to this after that. I'm really looking forward to it. And Silk is saying, some kind of plot I learned here. Yeah, it's involved. So let's go find somebody fun to raid, and we will see you guys probably not tomorrow afternoon. I don't think there'll be enough time, because I'll certainly be looking forward to joining twitch.tv/morethanamia at 5 p.m. Eastern for the next installment of Frightening Fridays. But I suspect that we will certainly be here on Saturday. Now, just in case, on Saturday, you can always expect to find... you know who else is on tomorrow? Samalander should be on with... I don't think he hit the finale of 13 Sentinels. I don't think so. So he should be up for the... I'd be very surprised if he isn't rounding out the finale of 13 Sentinels. He's very deep into the game. He's unlocked a lot of the stuff in there. So that'll be happening tomorrow as well. And then on both Saturday and Sunday, he will be streaming some Farming Sim 22, followed by some Factorio. So look forward to that. Carol Luna also tends to stream on the weekends. He has been playing some Farming Sim 22. I continue to go back and forth on whether or not I would enjoy playing that game, but I definitely enjoy watching it. They are a lot of fun. Ricardinho has been starting to return to streaming and been doing some Fortnite streams, exploring some of the new content for Chapter 3, they're calling it. Brand new map and some new gameplay mechanics and characters to enjoy, so I hope you'll check that out at twitch.tv/Ricardinho. Patikan just came over from doing a 9-win, not streak, like they weren't all in a row, but 9 brand new wins in Fall Guys, and congratulations to him. He will also be streaming and covering the Game Awards a little bit later today, assuming that they haven't already started. Moo did what I hope is the first of many live crafting streams, hoping to see some more of that. Drienne was streaming some more Grifflands, which, I gotta say, Drienne, nothing was gonna sell me on playing Grifflands until I watched your stream. Now that I've seen what it's actually like and how the story is delivered and stuff, that game seems really neat. I'm very glad that you've been streaming that, because that seems very cool. And I'm looking forward to being able to maybe check that out myself at some point as well. And there's probably many, many more shout outs, but I cannot overstate how sleepy I am. Thank you guys very much. Thank you also to Blobbity Blah. Thank you to Azaric, who again will be doing a playthrough of the the modern Tomb Raider trilogy, apparently starting around the 20th. He's also had a very long week at work, so I hope that he has a chance to relax and recharge. Thank you to Club, who stopped by and resubscribed. Thank you to Borlak, who raided, as well as to Patikan, who raided, and Moo, who raided. Lots of raids coming through today. Anybody that I'm forgetting, any resubscriptions or anything like that, please rest assured that we will look them up, and they are very, very, very much appreciated. But I have to go grab some food, maybe take a quick shower, and then roll directly into sleep. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and until next time, I hope you have a great night.